we go. There we go. I apologize. I had to use my theme song for my show for today. I'm working on it. Giovanni Sanders eventually will do me a good theme song and a unique theme song as well for the show. So, welcome.
Somebody's playing.
Ready? I sure am because I did not receive a high school education. Here we go. Let's introduce everybody here with our guests of Blue Pill Alpha ladies that we got here today.
The Blue Pill
Welcome.
Alphas.
She is, she's a multi-time cover model. She is the model in Las Vegas. That's what we described you before. She owns Bella Model Management. She's done several covers, and we have her here right here with us. This is Miss Tawny Jordan. By the way, the 2018 winner of Spy on Vegas Hot 100.
And
what else did you win? Oh, you won the Rehab Bikini Invitational. She's the only woman who's ever done that in the same year. That's exactly right.
What an introduction.
Yes. And Karina, another incredible model that we got here from Las Vegas. How are you doing today, Karina?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Beautiful. We have our next guest here. Listen, I told you, I've mentioned this before. Can I say what you just filmed?
You can say it.
Oh, boy.
So she sold in the month of May. You said you sold $5 million worth of real estate, and you just filmed a scene for Brazzers.
I sure did.
Okay, so both of those things. This is Savannah Staggs in the house. What are you doing, Savannah?
Hey, Savannah Staggs, Savannah Storm. I mean, come on, all the names.
That's right. Yes, and I just got to meet Mr. Aaron Clary today. He's got the financial
inimitable
community.
Aaron Clary.
I am not a model.
You're not? You're not a model.
No.
You don't do browsers?
No, I was like, what do you guys
Do you want to give everybody your OnlyFans? Oh, wait.
And I was like, oh, that thing, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Aaron, just for the sake of the audience here, let everybody know what it is.
You
do.
I'm an economist turned this internet thing, author, podcaster, YouTuber, and then I run a consultancy called Asshole Consulting, where I specialize in basically being the fathers that none of these young kids had, telling them, like,
monetizing common sense.
Yeah,
it
really
that should
is.
Be your byline.
Yeah,
So
that is
everybody with
monetizing
daddy
common
issues.
sense. That's basically it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Beautiful. What topics do we have today, man?
Oh man. Okay. Well, so the topic for today is our looks everything. Now, I use this as our topic du jour today because it seems to me that there are a lot of people who are coming into the manosphere into the red pill space right now who are like, this is like remedial. Well, you guys don't even know. You don't know what the red. Okay. Maybe we should start there instead. Okay.
Yeah. First,
so you don't.
blue pill.
Do you have any idea what the red pill is as far as online or the manosphere? Have you heard?
All I'm thinking of is the Matrix. So.
Right.
Okay, so you guys are Manospherian virgins. Is that what I'm getting from you?
Manosphere.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking if the blue pill makes your dick hard, the red must make it soft. I mean, I don't know. That's where my brain went. I don't know.
Why would you take the red one?
I don't want the red one. I would take the blue ones all day.
Anyway, so today we're going to get into are looks important? Like, how are looks important? We're going to get into also, let's see, Giselle and Tom.
Yes.
We'll get into that. You wanted to also get into, what was the other?
I wanted to. What was the other one? No, Tom. We still want to talk about Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
that
Yeah.
whole
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh, no. I remember what it was.
You know which one? Yeah.
We need to talk about the whole situation with. I don't know if you heard the Alford plea that just happened with Kelsey Turner, who murdered her sugar daddy back in 2019. Okay, and so this is an incredible. Yes, I don't know if you guys heard this story.
No, but I would
She murdered her sugar daddy in 2019, and you guys remember obviously.
I love a good murder mystery.
Courtney, you guys remember Courtney Taylor murdered her boyfriend back in April. Do you remember?
And that was in Miami.
Wow.
You remember Courtney Taylor? And
the blonde in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
And both of them.
Who's that?
And both of them were on the carpet at Babes in Toyland.
Oh.
Maybe the same carpet.
That's crazy.
It is.
Michael Sartain is at the center of the
she's in
web.
jail right now.
Yeah, so both of them. So just to start off, okay, if you guys remember Courtney Taylor, I know
how
Rollo,
did she
you
murder
did
her?
you did a story about this, okay?
I need a good.
I think that she stabbed
So
him.
Courtney Taylor had gone on several different shows, and she had talked about her preferences of men. I'm not going to get into specifics. You guys can watch the shows, but the point was, at no point did it seem like she was being extorted. At no point did she feel like she was doing anything against her own will. Okay, and there were several reports of her being physically abusive to her her boyfriend, who was he was bigger than her. He was a Nigerian man.
Very much so.
She's a white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's dating a black Nigerian man. Okay, and in this case, what happens is it's very clear from multiple reports that she's being physically abusive to him. No one had said, except for there was one uncorroborated report that they saw him swing at her but not connect. Someone watching from outside their apartment, something to that effect. Anyway, so now all of a sudden, the boyfriend ends up dead. He's stabbed in the shoulder. I believe he bleeds out
Once. Stabbed
one time,
Oh, wow,
and ends
that's
up and
wild.
ends up dying.
I'll tell you how that happens.
Okay.
She
How
was
you get killed.
Latina.
Okay, she was Latina, and we've just been canceled. We have just been deplatformed. Hey,
I did not
and
say
we're,
that.
and we're done. So now here's the thing that happens. There's obviously parts that I'm missing because I know more about the other murder. But in this situation, what happened was, after she gets tried, she's like, what does the defense attorney do? Of course, you have a big black Nigerian boyfriend. You're a white girl. Obviously, he was beating you, and this was self-defense. But of course, everyone who knew this couple knew that was horse shit.
She was
That's
This was
batshit
complete and total bullshit. And so she's on, it was one of these situations where the police were not arresting her. And I was like dumbfounded. Like, how are you not arresting her? Because I promise you, if her boyfriend had murdered her,
Yeah,
that motherfucker would have been arrested
definitely.
in
In half a second.
0.3 seconds. He would have been arrested.
I agree with that.
terrible.
Now, here's the part that makes it even scarier. It's good, but it's scary. Do you guys remember the Ray Rice situation? Ray Rice beat his girlfriend. He got a suspension. And then the video comes out. He punches her so hard with the right hand, bounces her head off the side of an elevator wall, comes down, drags her out. Then he's suspended for the whole year, never plays in the NFL again. Do you guys remember this?
I think I heard about that.
So it was everyone knew Ray Rice had punched his girlfriend.
couple of years back.
It was the video that eventually made it to the point where that he was not permanently suspended. He was suspended for a finite amount of time, but nobody wanted to fuck with Ray Rice after that, so he never played on an NFL team. What happened was, in this situation, is she has murdered her boyfriend. Not only that, there is to my understanding, she posted, or someone got a hold of her OnlyFans and posted a clip of her covered in his blood. Yes, the day after she murders him, she's at a bar and she's like fucking around, hanging out. There's a video of her at a bar the next
Living
day
it up.
after she murders him. Now here's the thing. Now I can't speak to her state of mind, any of that stuff. But I was insulted when she's like, "Oh yeah, my boyfriend was trafficking me and beating me." Like, motherfucker, we're not that stupid.
Yeah.
Then the video comes out. There's a video of them in an elevator, and she is vociferously beating the shit out of him, and he doesn't even fight back.
There's all kinds of stuff coming out
He
now.
puts his hands up, like turns his back to her. Basically, what I would do if a woman was trying to fight me, I was like, I'm gonna get away from this. I got to get out of this.
Yeah.
That video. Then she's finally charged with murder. Like, I believe the defense
was
attorney.
evidence.
The defense attorney felt that the people of Florida were so fucking racist that they were going to believe this
They
nonsense.
were worried, yeah.
It was to me, it was aggravating. So that was the first thing.
When I did the show with Myron and Fresh, like when that came out, like Myron says, "You got to get down here. We got to do this show." And that was the first thing everybody thought, this is going to be a racial thing. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be as racial as you think it is, because I mean, she's a pretty little white girl who has very rich parents and everything else. And by the way, stabbed once.
So how does that happen?
So my wife is a medical professional.
Yeah.
I said, how could that possibly happen? It was stabbed right here one time. Clavien artery is right there. If you hit that, you're going to bleed out. You're going to internally bleed, and that one and done. And I was like, so she said, that's probably the case, is that one stab to right there. If you sever the Clavien, it's the clavicle. There's like they call it the Clavien.
Yeah, so this
artery.
is
It's
Clavien
right up
and then
there.
brachials right here.
She probably didn't think she was going to like actually off the guy with just like one stab like that, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, you shouldn't be stabbing people. Period,
I agree.
So in March 1st of 2019, there's a girl, her name is Kelsey Turner. And Kelsey Turner has a sugar daddy that she found online. I don't know if it was on Eros or Seeking Arrangement or whatever, when she was living in Los Angeles. Long story short, this guy's named Dr. Bouchard. Bouchard is a child psychologist. That gets up to the point where the child psychologist has given Kelsey $300,000 at one point, and given money to Kelsey's mother at one point. Kelsey looks through the sugar daddy's phone and sees nude pictures of her mother on the phone. This is stranger. The truth is stranger than fiction. So this whole thing happens. He's like, I don't want to be your sugar daddy anymore. So she proceeds to extort him, basically saying, hey, I'm going to tell people that you're inappropriate with these children.
He wants to be her mom's sugar daddy.
For sure. Yeah, no, for sure. So then it's like if you spread a rumor that a child psychologist is inappropriate with children, it doesn't matter if it's true. You're going to ruin his business.
Yeah.
And so that's essentially what happened. So he continued to pay. He goes to Las Vegas, because she moves from LA to Las Vegas with her boyfriend. She goes there. She's already had 2 kids. She's pregnant with the 3rd kid when he shows up. When he shows up, he meets the boyfriend and then the boyfriend hits him in the head with a baseball bat.
Oh, God.
And eyewitness accounts basically state that she said, "Don't be a bitch, finish him off." The boyfriend gets a Glock 17 and pistol whips him to death and puts him in the back of a car.
Gosh.
And then they live off just east of I-15, just down here in Vegas, like southeast of South Point.
Oh, wow.
And they drive him out to Lake Las Vegas, leave his ass in the back of the car, try to set the car on fire. I think they were snorting Tootsie or some shit for them to be doing that. It was stupid. It was like leave him out desert out in the leave the body out in the desert or whatever. And then they both abscond off to fucking North California. They both get caught. Boyfriend pleads guilty, says, "I did everything. I did everything. It was all me." And then he gets 18 years minimum. And he doesn't have to sign a plea stating that he's going to testify against the girlfriend. Girlfriend was basically thinking she was going to get away with it. Her attorney left. She got a public defender. By the way, you are not getting off.
What do you mean left?
So basically what happens, if I'm your attorney and I continue to give you good advice and you don't listen, I can leave or I can recommend to the judge that it change. Kelsey Turner all of a sudden was being represented by a public defender. Look, I got news for you guys. You're not going to get off a murder charge with a public defender. It's just not going to happen. So she pleads Alford. I don't know if you guys know what Alford is. I believe he was a British man who had pled basically no contest, meaning the evidence is so bad against me that I can't defend myself, but I will not admit to guilt. Certain states will not allow Alford pleas, and certain judges will not allow Alford pleas. She pled Alford. They also said in the state of Nevada we have the death penalty. They do not have they both took the death penalty off the table for both John Kinnison and for Kelsey Turner. So that's essentially what happened. So basically what happened, I'm not going to tell you which one, but a large news media organization put 2 and 2 together and said both of these women were on your red carpet at Babes in Toyland. And then they contacted me, and so I did an interview, which is going to come out in December, and it's a pretty massive interview going over the influencer economy. Like, did you guys know? I'm sure the both of you know. A lot of girls pay for covers. You guys both know.
I've never paid for
I know. But in fact, Tawny,
a magazine cover.
In fact, Tawny, I brought you up as an example as someone who would never pay for a cover.
Yeah, no.
But like a lot of girls pay for covers.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But you've been on covers where the other 10 of the other 12 models paid to be on that cover.
Yeah.
You're aware of that. You're aware that girls pay for covers.
Well, I found that out pretty much like after I figured that out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I come from the time in modeling which is not like super far long back, but like we didn't pay for those. People would pay you, you know, and then now it's become you pay for it.
But here's the thing: some of the girls pay for covers and then become big models.
For sure.
I know one of my very close friends. She paid for her first cover, her sugar daddy paid for her first cover, and then afterwards she blew up, and now she never has to pay for any
How much does the cover cost?
So that's another thing we talked about: between $3,500 and $12,000 for Playboy for Playboy covers. Yes, there's nothing wrong with paying for covers, but here's the problem: Court TV called Kelsey Turner a Playmate.
Because she was on the cover. She bought a cover.
Playmate. Kelsey Turner, and like they were sitting there. In fact, this whole trial doesn't amount to a hill of shit if it wasn't for the fact that Courtney Turner was in the May 2017 issue of Playboy Italia. Raise your hand if you read Playboy Italia this month. Anybody out there, put a 1 in the chat.
How's your subscription?
If you're just subscription to Playboy Italia. Not only was she not on the cover of Playboy Italia, they did a Q&A with her. But everyone is holding on like a bulldog, like with bulldog's teeth, trying to hold on to this idea that a Playmate murdered her sugar daddy, and that's what's made this story so incredibly
salacious,
huge. It's made it so incredibly salacious.
Does she get house arrest or something like that?
No, man, she gave birth in prison.
Oh,
Wow.
She gave birth in prison. They don't even say the sex of the child, which I appreciate. Probably this child's going to end up in foster care with one of the family members. But I thought that the boyfriend was straight up saying, I'm going to take the rap because at least if I get out in 18 years, my baby's mama's going to take care of my kid. I thought that's what was going to happen. But she pled Alford, so she's probably going to get another 18 years or something like that. Craziness. But here's the thing. You guys have both been to Babes in Toyland. You know, we just invite girls. We're just trying to raise money for charity. That's all it is. We're not just like, hey, she looks like a psychopath. Let's bring her. and so that's the reason why I did this. That's why the reason I did the interview, because I want people to understand we're trying to get supplies to homeless animals. We're trying to get the Midnight Mission is collecting toys. It's a homeless charity that's been around for 100 years. Homeless people in Los Angeles. We're going to collect 2 18-wheelers worth of toys and give it to these children. And so, you know, and then the other situation is for troops overseas, and we also do one for domestic abuse. And the thing is, like, one of the problems that I had was, Tawny, you don't fit into this category at all. But I know you living in Las Vegas, and that's one thing I want to talk about. You understand, like, everyone who comes here and sees a pretty girl here, they assume what?
And they're hookers.
Yeah. Like there is no steps to this. There is just like there's one flavor. That's what they think.
Yeah. But they have to get educated on like there's different types of jobs out here. There's atmospheric.
But my point is there are hookers. The hookers are hookers.
Yeah. I
mean, they're not. They don't even hide that they're hookers. Like in Las Vegas, they don't walk around and they're like, I'm not a hooker. Like we know.
I roll with them. Like
in here's the thing. In Los Angeles, I can't tell the difference. They're like Vogue model and hooker. In Vegas, they're just like they go off into the hooker section. They're hookers. You can tell they're hookers. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong.
I have no idea, honestly. I think because I have my own business and they know that I don't mess with that. It doesn't really get brought up to me unless I see it.
Yeah.
You know.
What's more profitable, like being an escort or like having OnlyFans right now?
Oh,
like, what can you make more money on?
Oh, OnlyFans. Yeah.
I know girls making 100,000 plus a month. Easy. I know girls making $200,000 plus a month. I see it. They drive Rolls Royces. We have multiple houses. I mean, OnlyFans for sure is the way to go. That's why I started one myself.
Well, that's what I was wondering. It's like we've had this. You and I have actually had this conversation before. It's like the difference between, like, say, a stripper or an escort or something, and then you've got OnlyFans, which is just it's like a home business now. It's like a cottage industry.
Well, I'll tell you the difference between escorting, stripping, OnlyFans. OnlyFans is that. It's a plateau. It's a fan base. So you basically do what you want to do, whatever your brand is. You could be a comedian and you're on OnlyFans and you're a comedian. It's not necessarily just sexually based at all. I have an OnlyFans. I have sex with my boyfriend. That's it. You know, or girls. You know what I mean? I'm not out having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. It's my boyfriend. I'm going to have sex with him regardless. Why not make $100,000 a month, capitalize on it, take that money, flip it, and go buy some more real estate? That's what I'm good at.
That's interesting. Smart. Because like you with your boyfriend who's in the green room.
Yes. Hi, babe. No.
Well, no, that's interesting because this is the second time I've seen someone live on a show that that couple is married.
Yeah.
They're older too. I want to say, like, I think she's in her 40s and he might be in his 40s as well.
Okay.
But like that seems to be like a business model. Like, it's like your side hustle as a married couple is now fucking on OnlyFans.
Well, you know what it is it's your brand. You set the rules. You do exactly whatever it is that you feel comfortable with. You can do it, you know, in the safety of your own home, you know? So I feel like because you have so much control over it and so much control over, you know, your brand, it is whatever it is you choose to make it is exactly what it is. So with OnlyFans, I mean, I know girls that don't even have sex on there that are topless and they're making $40,000-$50,000 a month.
Do either you have OnlyFans?
I just started a couple days ago.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Yeah, not having sex on there. I'm sorry. Having sex in my own privacy.
So you just started.
Literally this week.
What is your follower count up to right now? Within a week, within 1 week.
I don't even know. It's pretty good. Like for what I just posted one time, the first day was very, very good.
Like the ratio.
I was like, wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do it, blah, blah, blah. You know, I had such a stigma to it.
Yeah.
But it's become so, like, normal.
Celebrities. You know, I didn't want to do it because of my real estate business. That's what I'm known for.
Has it impacted that at all?
Okay,
yeah, she sells more real estate.
Yeah, I was about to say.
She sells more real estate.
Is it a benefit?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'll tell you why. So prior to starting OnlyFans, I was known in the real estate business for selling high-end luxury real estate. Sartain knows because I've done charity events. I've done red carpet charity events and multi-million-dollar homes. I mean, that's what I'm known for. But I got to thinking, and I was like, all my clientele, they're either porn stars or they're OnlyFans models, or they're very wealthy men that want to work with me because I'm a hot chick.
Of course.
So I got to thinking, and I was like, you know what? I might capitalize on this. You know, so if anything, I was like, my clientele's already doing this. So why would I think it's going to affect my business? If anything, I'll just meet more girls in that world and then help them invest their money in.
Their heads are melting.
I know. I know.
Hey, by the way, guys, keep commenting. We want this.
Keep them
coming. Keep commenting. We did this for you guys, so your heads would blow up.
The reason I ask is because the couple that I believe it was on Adam Sosnick's show, but the couple that are like they're married couple and they have sex, but the woman was like a medical professional, and she was I don't know exactly what she was. I'm probably a nurse or something.
Yeah.
But she was. It was a high profile story that she was let go because she had. It was like disruptive
I feel like that's
to the work.
Discrimination though, because I feel like with OnlyFans, I feel like with me, I have an alias. Obviously, Savannah Storm. That's not. Storm is not my last name.
Savannah Storm's not your real name?
No. Savannah is. Savannah Storm, no.
Are you part of the Fantastic Four?
Guess what, you guys? So I have a separate real estate page. And I completely keep everything separate. It's so separate. There's no way. Well, the number one freaking trending porn right now is real estate porn. So everyone.
Have you seen this, dude? I actually saw. Somebody told me about this.
It's true.
So basically, hey, let me show you this house. Let me show you. Let me show you this listing.
And while we're here,
no. So everyone somehow found my freaking real estate Instagram page, and they're like, "You do real estate," and I'm like, well, fuck, I don't want to say yes because I don't want to intertwine the two, but it's good for my numbers.
In a roundabout way.
I could not emphasize this enough for any young woman who's slightly good looking. There's also an element of diversification. Like you're in real estate with interest rates, everyone's taking a hit. And now,
I thought you were going to say the diversification was porn and real estate. I thought that's what you were going to say. I'm so ready.
It is. Yeah, well, I mean, look at all of us here. Like, you, me, and Mike all had real jobs at one time, and now here we are.
Yeah.
And it helped out, especially back in my day. I mean, heck, I taught ballroom dance classes. I mean, it helps to have another source of income. Now, for guys, it depends what skill you have. But if you're an attractive young woman, this is immediate. And also touched on this before, it is way better than stripping or prostitution because it is safe. There is no overhead. There's no splitting it with a house or a pimp.
Yeah, you're giving 20%, but yeah.
But nowhere near.
Of course.
It's cleaner. You could do it for the comfort of your own home. And the main thing is when you strip, at most you might be entertaining 100 guys in that room or prostitution or escorting. You have one client. You are able to get unlimitless, millions, technically, however much the bandwidth of that website could handle. Never has an economic opportunity, regardless of what you think the morality of it, never has an economic opportunity like this ever been presented to women in their history. I don't care if the right to vote doesn't matter. Pushing STEM or educate, that's all fine. There has never been a universal,
from an economic standpoint.
From an economic standpoint, I'm not talking morality. I'm not talking anything like that. And so it is not surprising to me that women would naturally gravitate towards this if they have the opportunity.
It was the number one career choice of women entering like community college in 2020. They wanted classes to teach them how to better leverage
because there's money. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Wow. So let's talk about this. Danielle Bergoli, who was bad, Catch Me Outside chick that was on also, right? Last year. She made $50 million on OnlyFans and was asked a few weeks ago.
On OnlyFans?
She was not having sex either.
She wasn't having sex outside.
Catch me outside, so we can not have sex. So she made $50 million on OnlyFans, and she was asked a couple weeks ago to speak at Oxford, the University of Oxford in England, in the UK. And people lost their fucking mind. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why I bring this up. I don't want to marry Danielle Bergoli. I don't. This is not my type. The point I'm trying to make is people can do whatever the fuck they want. You getting mad about it doesn't fix anything, but you need to have boundaries for yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. This is a really good comment, and it's not even a super chat. This is depressing. Deregulating the sexual marketplace has made women confident enough to whore themselves out to the internet. Zero guilt, zero accountability, zero hope for the future generation.
Hold on, but is that going to change though, Rollo?
No,
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
This is my point. No. You are sitting, all of you guys who are clenching your buttholes and gnashing your teeth. It's not going to fucking change. Dude, listen, honestly, it's hard for me as a 45 25-year-old man. I want somebody who's probably not going to do some of these things. I have boundaries and I have things that I see as red flags. Now, I love hearing the goddamn stories because it makes my podcast better. I will listen to them all day. But the reality of the situation is, while it may be depressing for me sometimes also, the reality of the situation is the belief, any type of belief that we're going to go back in this other direction and we're going to have some sort of like caliphate and make women, stone women for cheating. It's not, we're not going in that direction, guys. We're just not. So you can, here's the thing, the water is rushing in one direction. You can choose to try to swim upstream, or you can choose to build a hydroelectric dam. That is the choice you get to make. Okay?
Let me ask you this. I know where you're going to go with this, but I got to put this in there before you get there. If all men stopped simping, women would come crawling to men, since simps keep porn in business.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe simps keep? So I get this all the time from the traditional conservative side of things. They say if men were better, then women would fly straight. I'm like, probably not. I mean, at what point do you like? At what point is there like a shared responsibility for the state that we're in right now, rather than it's like, well, if men would just take responsibility, like, okay, I get that, but like, at what point do you go, well, you know what? I mean,
men are sexual.
Bitches are on OnlyFans too, so let's deal.
We're on there for the money. We're on there for the money. The men are on there to get their dick wet or get their dick off. There's two different. There's the logic behind it. I'm on there because obviously financially, I mean, that just makes the most.
Enjoy the decline.
Who want to capitalize on that? Especially in the environment I put myself in.
So this brings us full circle, and thank God Aaron Clary is sitting.
Okay, good. I'm here.
So Aaron, you just came out. Well, how long ago did the menu come out? Your latest,
most
recent
that
book
was
is the
last
menu.
year, about 9-10 months ago.
How old is it now? 10 months.
9-10 months.
And what is the primary thrust of the?
The subtitle is "Life Without the Opposite Sex." Because and it has nothing to do with OnlyFans for the origins of that. It was largely in part because of that Morgan Stanley study that came out that forecasted just shy of half of women.
Get it right, Adam.
Just shy of half of women by 2030 will not be married, and consequently, that means half of men would not be married. And since for all of human history, that's what primarily gave men and women point and purpose and reason in life. Now that that's off the table, that is going to present half the population an existential crisis as to what you do. And I would say men a little bit more because their disparate sex drive is more urgency to them. And so this teaches you, like, okay, let's theoretically imagine a world in a post-marriage society where there is no commitment, there is no family. You might have kids, but that marriage and a spouse is off the table. What do you then live for? And it's kind of a big hole to fill because, everyone wants to get love, everyone wants to commit, and I would surmise most people want to commit. And that's what has been driving us for, that's hardwired into everybody. People are going to have a real hard time wrestling with that reality. As you pointed out, Mike, it's going that way.
Yes.
It's going that way. And I'm just trying to get out ahead of it. That's the point of the book, is like, here's what life offers outside of the opposite sex. So it is a macabre and dark premise the book is written off of, but unfortunately I believe that premise is going to come true, and I want to provide something of hope and value to the
Do any of the ladies at the table, do you have plans to get married? Do you want
Karina,
to get married?
do you want to get married, Karina?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I want to have 10 kids.
You want to have
10 kids? Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
She's totally
Wait a minute.
This one right here, she's hipped you to the game, right? Let me ask you something. From what you've seen in Las Vegas,
on your back.
from what you've seen in Las Vegas, do you think you're going to meet him here?
I don't see myself staying here and getting married here, but
what qualities would you look for in the man that you're going to have 10 kids with? Obviously, a functioning set of testicles. I think we can agree on that. Yeah.
Strong,
Stamina.
handsome,
Okay.
a gentleman.
Okay.
Doesn't go to nightclubs, doesn't drink.
Doesn't go to nightclubs and doesn't drink. Fuck yes. They're all over the place. Keep going.
So you won't.
Hold on.
So you won't be meeting him in Zoom.
How tall is he? How tall is he?
Yeah. How tall is he?
How tall is he?
I would like.
Oh wait, let me get the calculator. Hang on.
6 feet. 6 feet. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. How much does he make a year? Let's do it.
Oh my
Let's burn this
10 kids. My God, he better make a lot.
Make a year.
More.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, that's all I got, really.
Karina,
if you have 10 kids, he's going to have to make a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
Karina,
Or I'm going to be the one
what would be a
that's gonna
lot?
make
What would be a lot? What would be a
True,
lot? Just
true.
curiosity.
I really don't care about the guy's money. I care how I'm going to make my money.
I mean, but you're having 10 kids. I got news for you. It's going to be a little.
What would the family household income have to be?
Yeah, the family household income would be.
Wait, let's do the calculator.
Let her finish because I want to answer this because I know what you're about to say.
That's good. Yeah.
What is it?
Wait, what else am I supposed to say?
What's a number? Like, how much money do you think he would have to make a year?
A year?
A year, yeah.
Or, like $1 million.
$1 million a year. Okay. Time out. Now, before we answer this question, the percent of the male population in the United States that is 6 feet tall is what?
That's a good question.
You say you want a 6 foot tall guy.
You want a 6 foot tall guy?
I know the percentage.
Yeah, just take a guess.
I do not.
Take a guess.
20%.
20%. It's 14%. It's about 14%. There you go.
She was close.
14%.
Oh, I know he's out there.
86%.
I got one more. I got another question for you.
Are you in the audience?
What race do you want to be? White, black, Asian, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's
And
a
how
kind
old?
person.
How old are you first?
I'm 30.
30. How old do you want your future husband to be?
I would say 10 or 15 years.
Older
than
or
you?
younger?
Okay, so let's just put it at 40.
Let's really narrow this down.
Hold on. Tawny.
10 kids
Tawny.
at 30?
Tawny, the top 1% of wage earners in the United States make what? What is that number? Top 1%. If you were going to take a guess, do they make $100,000 a year, $400,000 a year? What do you think that number for top 1%?
Top
what do you
1%
what do you think
of
also?
people, what
Top
they
1%.
make?
Top 1%.
Yeah, what do you think?
Very top.
Like, wait, are we talking like it's less?
No,
I'd
if
say-
you are the top one, meaning 99% of the population makes less than you.
Okay.
What is that number? Is that number 200,000, 300,000? What is that number? What would you guess?
Oh, like the average person?
No, the top
Oh,
1%.
I'd say $1 million a year.
$1 million a year. What do you think?
Top 1% of people.
Of wage earners.
Oh.
That is not the wealthiest people in the world.
Okay,
the wage
okay.
earners.
gonna
Wage.
say.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way less than that.
What do
I
you think?
I'd probably
Per
say
year.
400,000.
400,000 a year. What do you think?
200.
200. Okay, so it's about 540,000 a year.
Oh,
so
sorry.
14% of the population is over 6 feet tall. Less than 1% of the population makes over 540. You asked for $1 million. Do you see the motherfucking problem?
What's her
Oh,
percent?
yeah. No, I'm gonna.
Do you
what's her-
see the fucking problem?
What's
tell
her
you-
chances?
I'm gonna give you. Here's your results. Okay, a guy who is not married. I presume you want to get You want to be with a single guy, right? Any race. At least 6 foot tall, not obese. I assume you want a guy who's in shape.
I like him to eat.
Okay, not obese though.
She
okay?
doesn't.
And
segregate.
earning at least $500,000 a year. You said $1 million, but they
Hey, Travis,
out
can you
there.
can you save these super chats so we don't run them out because we're about to lose them?
So the probability of you finding this guy in the United States, anyways, this is according to CDC data, census data. Okay, according to the statistical data, the probability of a guy of the U.S. male population ages 30 to 40, which is your range, meets your standards is 0.012%.
But you know
At least
what?
there's still a point.
You're gonna meet him in Vegas.
Okay, now hold on.
And
Because
you're
they all
gonna
come
meet
to
him
Vegas.
in Vegas.
Tawny,
Everybody comes to Vegas.
Tawny,
Send
that's
me,
great. So
baby.
Tawny,
Just saying.
Tawny,
Five cat food
I'm
bags.
here.
You don't belong on this planet.
True.
Tawny, I believe you might be able to meet a dude like that. Okay, let's just say you were able. I believe you could.
Totally met people like
Totally
that.
met a guy like that. Now, my next question for you is the likelihood of someone staying faithful as height increases, intelligence increases, and income increases. Does the likelihood of them being faithful increase or decrease?
So I feel like there's tiers.
There's math on this.
We're doing math? I was just going to say.
got a whole
Take a
book
guess.
of
Just
math
take a
on
guess.
this.
There's a whole book of math on this. One of the books is called Intelligence Paradox by Satoshi Kanazawa. As income increases, as intelligence increases, as height increases, does the likelihood of him staying with you and not cheating increase or decrease? It's kind of an obvious question.
I mean, staying with me.
No, not cheating. Just
Not
cheating. He'll stay
cheating?
with you. 78% of marriages or divorces are initiated by women. Men will cheat and stay.
Oh, no. Yeah, of course. But what I've noticed is like people being very upfront with you with it.
Okay, so is that
Yeah.
that's what you've seen
So
recently?
it's not cheating.
Okay,
It's
but
more
you
like-
have seen dudes who are not upfront about it, right?
I mean, yeah. in
How
fact.
about with your friends? Anecdotally, with your friends, you've seen that.
What do you mean with my friends?
You have any friends who've been cheated on ever in Las Vegas?
In Las Vegas.
Look at that smile he has on his face.
I like how this is a
Who the fuck
thoughtful.
What the fuck
really?
am I talking to? Tony?
No, like my close knit
Yeah.
group of friends. No.
No?
Actually, no.
Okay. So as you grow up that scale, it becomes harder and harder to keep a man that is in the category that she described. Do you understand?
Of course. I get that. Yeah.
Right. So,
for sure.
So we're taking that 0.012%, and then we're multiplying that by fecundity, meaning the likelihood of them staying with the person.
Well, let's not kill her dreams over
I'm
here.
not trying to.
Well, can I ask?
Hold on.
This is and I don't have the answers to this. How important is it to you to have 10 kids, get married, and have a family?
If it happens, it happens.
Okay.
But it's very important.
It's very important, but
really
it is
want
not.
10
It
kids?
is not.
I would, yeah.
What the hell?
Well, hold it. But this is not the number one thing.
Okay.
You are. If I could
my wine?
describe it as lackadaisical, which is maybe too strong of a word, but it's not the end of the world if this doesn't happen.
If it doesn't happen, no.
No, and I think
Then
this
I
is
will
something
adopt
that
it right now.
this is something that
Jeez.
needs to be added to the conversation. And
What's the priority?
well, and that's very important because I think, and perhaps men on a biological level have more of an interest in family, marriage, and love than women. But based on my research, yeah, who doesn't want to get married? I want a Ferrari, sure. I'd like a cup of chocolate ice cream. But you know what I really want more? You know, oxygen. You know, where's the priority? And so what you see is like, well, I would like to have 10 kids and get married. And to guys, they're like, well, that's very serious. That's very serious. Right now, I'm like trying to figure out, well, you better get fucking right now, Miss 30-year-old, because your kids are going to
10
miss
kids is going to take you the next 20 years.
Yeah, and you're
Where
some
are
of them
you,
are going to be missing
baby?
chromosomes by the time you're 40, all right?
So here's the problem. No, Karina.
Well, let me just
go ahead.
just get the it's an element of priorities and importance. So, but it is not that important to you, like, because have you made other decisions in the meantime, and no guy has presented him. You have not come across a man where you're like, oh my God, this is the one who I want to father my children.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, that's why I'm single.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is the empiricism is before us where she has not met a guy that has met her qualifications. And you point out the statistical chances of that ever happening. Yeah. What I'm pointing out is men keep saying, well, why aren't they getting, they're crazy. Their expectations are delusional. I'm like, well, maybe their expectations and standards might be delusional, but they're not like when I go gamble at roulette, I don't have expectations of winning 78% of the time. It's like, well, it's going to be 1 out of 36. And so I think we got to understand that how important it is to women today to get married and have children.
You want to know something crazy? When do you think the first arithmetic mean was taken in history? Like somebody taking an average of anything. What do you think?
The Mesopotamians?
See, that's what I would have thought too. The fucking 18th century.
Where is that?
Hold on, listen. I know
it's Greeks still. The engineering of Romans.
Insanity. I know.
Okay,
I looked this up.
all right.
And actually, we weren't taking arithmetic means until after Newton had discovered the Principia, the laws of physics.
Okay.
Madness, absolute madness when you think about this, right?
That's crazy.
I know. Why is that? Because the human mind is not created to understand statistics. Statistics is a neocortex thing.
You're a mutant, Aaron.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you have to teach yourself to do this.
Right. You have to be empirical. Yes.
Again, imagine like two people going into a marriage and being like, hey, just want to let you know, 53% chance we're getting fucking divorced. You guys ready? Let's do these vows. Nobody does that. But it's real.
Yeah.
Hey, you know that business we're starting together, guys?
Hey, bro.
38% chance we're going to be in business in 5 years. Fuck yeah. Nobody does that. Yeah. Nobody lives in the, hey, ready? When we get married, 78% chance that you're going to file for divorce. You excited about that? I'm fucking excited. Nobody does that.
We're going to beat the odds.
Tell me the odds. We're going to beat the odds. Right? That's the thing. Yeah. The human mind, again, 18th century. That's bonkers. Think about all the history. Dude, the agricultural revolution. 11,700 years. And in all that time, nobody decided to take an average for those of you who weren't educated, to take an average until it's like 1750s.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. But then when you look at it now, all of our lives are based on statistics. And then when you tell someone statistical probabilities of stuff, they just don't hear it.
And you're called a racist or a sexist.
How about this? Hey guys, here I got an idea. Karina, do you care what his astrological sign is?
No.
You don't. Do you know what yours is?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you care about astrological sign? Have you ever found something to work better
or
worse
about
because of astrological sign?
I love energy.
Okay.
But astrological energy.
Merch.
Astrological sign.
That's going to be merch.
I love energy and astrology.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you ever found that to be an effective way of making decisions in your life?
You mean I base
astrology.
my...
Yes.
Do you plan your day? Do you plan your day or your week around that, or your month around that for that?
No. But what I like to do is like I like to look at it after my day and be like, oh wow. Yeah, that actually happened.
Okay,
I do look at it before and be like, oh,
beautiful. Okay,
good to know it's going to be a shitty day. And then it was a shitty day.
Good. So there have been. Here's the thing. No one ever wants to look at this, Aaron. There have been actual statistical studies where they took thousands of people, put them on dates. It was in the UK where they did do this study. They put them on these blind dates, and then they match the blind dates on the succession to whether or not they get a second or third date, and they correlate that by astrological signs.
I love that.
And do you know what the answer is? Because I'm sure you do. What is the correlation?
0.
Fucking 0.
I don't know.
Motherfucking 0. It is 0.00.
He's a hater.
Astrological signs mean nothing. They mean absolutely fucking nothing.
What is your sign?
You're right.
Yeah.
Michael.
He's a little.
He's a hater. He's a hater.
Let's guess Michael's sign.
Right? Taurus.
Michael.
I love a Taurus.
Michael, who hurt you?
Are we really talking about this? Like there's validity.
Do you see Aaron? Do you see?
No.
What sign is he, Karina?
My economics background, you
like
have
a
to separate
Libra.
the human element.
Yes.
You do.
Airy.
But
Airy,
you're right. It does have an
fire
effect.
right now. Are you a fire sign?
How about Libra?
Fires.
Mike,
Oh
let me-
my gosh, you said Libra.
It's such a Libra thing to say. Oh my God, it's such a Libra thing to say.
No, it's
airy.
not.
But
He's such an air sign.
I know it's nerdy, but what if we like? And all I want to maybe contribute to the conversation or society is that women, especially, if you were to just take the time to look at things a little bit more empirically and remove emotion or astrology or whatever, you would drastically increase your. I mean, heck, the whole city was based on statistics. You
of
could
course,
edge
this one,
up
of
like
course,
half a percent more on this or a full percent
more
more on
money.
that. Right. I mean, it's real. And I just think like the delusional calculator or whatever it was. I mean, but it still doesn't override emotion, which is where I ram heads.
Well,
with
and
reality.
that's where like sort of woo-woo magical metaphysical thinking comes from. Is like it's the emotional side of the brain, right? So like I want to add, do any of you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Okay, ghosts.
I literally just watched this haunted
Ghosts.
series
I
on
do.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Ghosts. Okay, so we
I
got
fall asleep
ghosts.
to scary
All
stuff.
right, so we got astrology. All right, do any of you believe in tarot card readings?
Tarot cards.
Yes.
Tarot card.
Yes.
Yeah, I think all
Love
of that
tarot.
goes in with like
I'm super
energy.
spiritual.
I'm very spiritual
Yes.
as well. So astrology,
But not religious,
energy,
spiritual, but not?
Definitely.
I think it's all correlated. I'm very spiritual. I do Kambo. I've done Aya. I do a lot of self-purging, and I think it's all correlated under one umbrella. I think if you're spiritual, then you believe in all of these different dynamics.
Do you now? Do you believe in UFOs, aliens?
I do
Yes.
believe in aliens.
I believe in it all.
I do. Yeah.
Aliens, ghosts. We're just so much smaller than you think.
Okay.
Do we? All right, hang on, hang on.
But Michael's very
you know
like.
what to
I
do.
also believe in
Like, he needs
judgmental men.
facts.
Real question on this one.
Do we have any gentlemen at this
believe in
table?
fate?
Yes. Faith.
Absolutely.
Do you?
No,
Wait,
faith,
should we?
faith,
Should
faith.
we believe
Fate,
in
not
this?
fate.
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 All of them.
Fate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every
Okay, so the
answer
difference.
reason.
Faith is believing
I
things with
know
no
that.
evidence.
I
Faith
know
would be
that.
Faith is also a
Yes,
town
I
in
do.
South Dakota.
It
It
is,
exists.
faith,
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Dakota.
Do you
Yeah.
believe in
course.
karma?
Yes, absolutely, 1,000%.
Depends.
I do.
Yes and no. Yes, I do actually.
I mean, do you want my head to melt? What do you
I
want me to
think
do?
that if you
Like,
put
everyone's
it
staring
out
at
there,
me.
you get.
No, we
I
need
agree
to get
with
to
that. I
super
agree with
chats.
that.
That's
Let's
what
get
we
to the
need
super
to
chats.
do.
Let's do it.
So, Travis, do you want to read them?
Yeah, I have some super chats here. And I also have a camera, guys. You need to like the damn video. What the heck are you doing? There's 500 people watching.
Producer Travis. Go.
Producer Travis. Okay, we got a Mr. Did we already do Rose XI? Did we do that
I
one?
don't think we did.
That's
any of
off
them.
topic.
All
Anyway. So, Rose, I will get to you via email.
Okay, we got Destiny Murphy, female delusion calculator.
Jesus Christ.
Female delusion.
That's
what
the
said
one
for
where they were
$10.
looking,
Yeah,
they
we
were,
did it. We did it.
They were correlating those two things.
Yeah.
The height and the thing. It's called female delusion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's
They're
called.
trying to kill
I thought
her.
they
I
were
did.
giving
He
me
was-
my name.
That's why I went to it. Go ahead. Next one.
My podcast.
Zaffron 77 said for $9.99 said I've accepted the old days aren't coming back. I'm just trying to find a new purpose to life without having a traditional marriage in the picture. Finding that purpose will just take some time.
Not true.
I agree.
I think if you're very open with your expectations at first, which I feel like that's super important now these days, because nobody wants to go into something super confused, and I feel like that's what's happening these days.
Yeah, but his expectations were to be in a traditional marriage. Where,
he wants to be
that's what he wanted.
Okay,
right?
that's fine.
there could be someone out there that also wants
Yes,
that
of
as
course.
well. I mean, I don't
Right,
think it's hard to find.
but you understand, like the likelihood of that gets less and less as.
But it's not
do you
impossible.
guys understand? I know the two of you pretty well. the decline that they're describing, we call it a decline. That's a subjective word. The fact of the matter is, in the beginning, I told the facts, which is girls are making a lot of money on OnlyFans. I did not say it was good. I did not say it was bad, but they're doing it, and we're going in one direction, and we're not coming in the other direction.
Yes.
The point I was trying to make, and also with Karina, is there is a price to pay for everything we do. Does that make sense? There's a price to pay for all of it. There's a price to pay for, you've seen these guys who live here in Vegas and they drink and they get fucked up until they're like 35. They don't have any money saved up. You've seen it. They're like VIP hosts that do this forever. And there are consequences for your actions, and there are consequences for other people's actions. That's the point I was trying to make. I live, again, there's no judgment. This is evolutionary psychology. My podcast is. There's no judgment. We deal with the world the way that it is. The likelihood of you getting into a marriage with a high status dude who is not going to cheat on you and makes a fucking ton of money, the likelihood of that happening as you get older becomes harder and harder. The likelihood
I believe that,
the likelihood of you carrying I'm about to make some people real angry. The likelihood of you carrying a child to term after the age of 40 is less than 10%. Women do not like to hear that. They believe I'm just going to freeze my fucking eggs, and then we're going to wait forever.
According to Jennifer Aniston, ship has sailed, my dear.
It becomes very difficult and very hard. I'm saying, of course, I don't judge either one of you, but there are consequences for everyone's actions. That's the point that we're trying to make here. Okay?
I do agree with that. I do agree that, but
hold on, there are consequences, not karma. Those people, let me tell you something. The Jews
I got another question. Tori asked me this. She says, do you guys believe in soulmates?
Yes.
Are we soulmates?
Oh, yeah.
She's one of my soulmates.
You know
can
what?
have soulmates that
me and Aaron are heterosexual.
It's just a different form of
I think we need a podcast that talks about all that great stuff.
I love that.
Technical flagrant 2
soulmate
injection.
Vegas.
There's Sartain right here. He's like, I don't.
There's
He's
no
like,
way.
I need facts.
Soulmates, no, it's not the facts. Soulmates can't exist. Like, how do you have soulmates when at the beginning of the last century there were fucking 1 billion people on the planet? Now there's 8. Where are their soulmates? It doesn't make any sense.
Just so you know, you can have more than one soulmate, and it doesn't have to be a romantic
Okay,
thing.
cool. Maybe it's not a romantic
Kindred
thing.
spirits.
Romantic thing. Kids that are born with spina bifida and they're dead by the age of 16. Where's their fucking soulmate?
I think you said that in another
There we go.
Like, it's crazy.
I do remember that.
Yeah, but what about kids who grew up in the ghettos and
They might have a soulmate.
Hold on. The
They
kids
might
who
have
hold on.
one.
How about the Jewish kids who grew up in the ghettos in the 1930s
not judge.
when the fucking Russian when the Germans showed up? Where's their fucking soulmate? No.
They might have had one. You
They
don't
didn't.
know that?
They were killed. They were all killed.
Did they have one before that?
But no, how did you know? The point is, this is such a nonsense.
I'm just saying.
This is
We
such
need the
circular.
facts here.
This is such circular logic. There's no way we all have a soulmate. This is ridiculous. You have
Maybe we don't all.
No, here's the point.
I believe
whenever
that.
I
You
hear,
have a
whenever
soul.
hold on,
I
Karina.
agree with
Whenever
that.
I hear, do you believe in a soulmate? The probability of them saying yes is linearly correlated to how
facts.
hold on, stop.
Thing.
The likelihood of them saying yes is linearly correlated to how attractive they are. Attractive women always tell me, just be yourself. Attractive women, super attractive women, yes, of course there's a soulmate. Attractive women believe in karma and fate. Because the reality situation is, Tony, you've never had to worry about trying to find a dude to date you. But most of the rest of the world have, and that's the reason. That's the reason why you're like, of course I believe in a soulmate. I walked out yesterday, and look at all these dudes that want to go out with me. Of course. But dude, the guy...
Which soulmate do I want today?
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Hold on.
Definitely not.
The Filipino cashier at Walmart. Where's his fucking soulmate?
He might have a soulmate.
What if he does it?
She's a star.
What if he
at
does it?
home working.
What if he
Maybe
does it?
she's-
What if he does it? What if there's just no one who picked him? Hold
Well,
on.
maybe he will later in life. Why you gotta judge that?
I'm
right
not
now?
judging it. Again,
Or
there's math
why-
behind this. The number of men who have had 0 sexual partners in the last year.
I don't know.
Why do I get that question?
I'm asking you. I'm asking all three
You're
of you.
nearby.
The number of men who've had 0 sexual partners in the last year. Because we all have soulmates, right?
I think men have a lot. I mean, I just think men have sex. Like,
Yeah, I know because I see the dudes I see the dudes you hang out with.
Wait, let me rephrase this a little bit better. Do you think that there is a hookup culture?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially
I
these
look at all
days.
the apps like Tenders and
I don't do
I don't do any of those either.
Yeah, most attractive women I know don't go on Tinder or because
I mean,
it's
you're
like
not gonna find us on
68% men or 70%
People are just
men
gonna
on those things.
look you up, and then they're gonna know who you are, and
Yeah,
I
it's
like to meet
creepy.
people
I don't
organically.
like it. Yeah,
same,
I agree.
same.
And I think in person you feel the vibes, energy.
Definitely.
I cannot.
How did you meet your boyfriend?
We have a lot of mutual friends. We actually met first on Instagram, and
The #1 dating app on the planet, by the way.
I've definitely met people on there before in the past.
but we have the same social circle. Oh, we have the same social circle. believe it or not, throughout the years, the last 10 years, we would be in the same place at the same time and not even realize it. So we were.
That is fate.
It is fate. It is fate.
I know.
It's fate that every time I drove by the Rio, I saw a big poster with him on it.
Was he really?
No, yeah, he was. He hasn't been Chippendale for a while, but
Thunder from Down Under now, right?
No. He has a successful career in construction. He's project manager now, but he would be out one place and I'd be there, and we were like, oh my god, we were both there at the same time, and didn't even
had that happen before.
Yeah, and didn't even realize we had crossed paths so many times or been in the same room with all of our friends and didn't even realize we were both there. Mm-hmm. But I'm thankful for that because timing to me is everything. And Sartain, and man, if you tried to date me 5 years ago, I knew spunky.
I knew Mikey before you did.
Yeah.
And you're right. We were all in these similar circles. It's a completely different subject, but like one of the things we talked about before is like when we talked about PUAs on here, how many times did you guys meet your boyfriend because he did cold approach in a mall versus how many times a friend of yours introduced you or you met on Instagram? Exactly. Look at Tony's face. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Like this is the thing. The Instagram culture changed all of this. This is how.
I don't really do that anymore.
Which is why.
Have you ever met a dude on Instagram?
About it, right?
Okay.
I have a very important question just to nail things down. So, you girls, I am confused. I'm not trying to be snarky. I need this explained to me. You girls believe generally in fate.
Tarot cards.
Fate and then soulmates and stuff. And that indicates to me like it's out of your control. Like it's fated to happen. But I need to know, why are you girls exceptionally attractive? And what I mean by that is you weren't born, you were born with certain genetics which lent to being attractive, but you all work out, you all put effort into your appearance. You that's a lot of work.
Thank you.
No, it is.
You.
No, it's just
you.
Your boyfriend. If he was
that's a lot of work.
Well, no, but I mean the Thunder Down Under and the Chippendales. I knew a guy who knew some guys, and the hell they go through to look like that. It is an incredible. It is a full-time job. But if it is fated to happen and you have a soulmate, why would you put so much effort into your physical looks and appearance?
Because it makes you feel good. I don't do it for anyone else.
You don't do it for anyone else.
Myself.
You do all that literally for yourself.
Don't you want to feel good and look good in your own body?
Well, yeah, but
Exactly.
but
I don't want to feel like crap.
Well, okay, then why
Even though
makeup?
sometimes I
Does the makeup
crazy weekend.
also make you feel good? Like what about
I don't have to wear makeup to feel good.
Okay, so
I can
why
be
would
without
you
makeup and-
do you do it then for social expectations?
I think it depends on the again, I'm from the modeling industry. So I've been to a club, like day club sometimes, and you can ask Karina, like I've gone without makeup before. Like I take care of my skin, like I like my freckles, and people have told me like, you should never wear makeup again.
Yeah.
Like you literally shouldn't. Like
That's what my
you should
boyfriend
just
says,
be
too.
I mean, yeah, and like
He's like, I like you better natural. He's like, you don't even need to wear any makeup.
That's good.
You feel good.
Okay, all right. So
but I like
just
it.
okay.
I like to
I
be
understand.
glam. I like to be
I believe you.
natural. I like to
So
be-
and I know you don't speak for all women. Would you say then all women, when they dress up and get pretty and makeup and all that, men are not a factor in it. They are largely doing it for themselves.
Maybe half, I guess. I mean, I'm not.
Well, I know you don't speak for
women.
but I'm not a girl, so I
Yeah.
couldn't speculate.
I mean, I think in the past, like when I was younger, maybe like I would do it for both. Like, but now that I'm mature and I'm like I know myself, like I know what I want to look like tonight or.
So then it is
or-
an accidental ancillary fringe benefit that it happens to attract men.
I mean, I guess.
I don't think
Because what you're just not doing, like for you guys individually, you don't do it to attract men or for the men. But it is also an ancillary fringe. Like if I work out, okay, you look
Wait,
good.
time
but
out. You're telling me the first time you went on a date with that last dude that you were dating that went off, moved to Chicago with, you're telling me the first time you went on a date
The
with
last
that dude?
that wasn't my last boyfriend.
Okay, well, let's just use him because when you were on my
The
podcast,
best part of
you
this
talked
show is you know these girls'
about
history.
So
That is-
let me ask you a question. The first time you went on a date with this dude, you did not dress up. You wore sweatpants and a fucking hoodie. No, come on.
I wore what I would normally wear.
But you did not have any intention of looking good for this dude.
No, I literally just wore what I wanted to wear. Like if I don't know if he likes more dressy or not dressy. I actually knew that this person really liked me though for a long time, so I knew he was gonna like me regardless. But that doesn't matter anymore.
What about the last boyfriend?
The last person?
Most recent.
Well, I've known him for a very long time too.
Okay.
And so like I just dress how I normally. I don't ever like one up something when I'm going out or to.
Mark said these are paid actors.
I wish.
So great.
I wish.
Okay, let me ask.
Actually, can I invoice you? What's the invoice?
Let's ask Karina also. Karina, have you gotten dressed up for a date to look good for a dude?
If I like the guy, yeah.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I can tell whether or not a girl likes me based on how she dresses on her first date all the time. So I know you're an alien, Tony. We get it that you're different from you're different from everyone else. But most girls do dress a different way when they're around men that they're attracted to, and some girls do dress certain ways when they know they're competing with other women.
I dress more for like the social setting. So for example, I'm going to if you're local in Vegas, you don't always dress in cocktail dresses unless you're like working or you're going to a fancy event. If you're local, you're probably dressing in more like casual, a skirt, like pants, like leather, whatever, you know. But like if I'm going to a fancy dinner, then I may dress more dressy, but I dress more for the event for them.
Yeah, I think you do bring up a good point. It's different living here, like because girls on Tuesday night will wear Chuck Taylors and
I will wear
crop tops.
jeans. Yeah. I really don't.
Yeah,
care.
You're right.
It's
I mean, in that case, it is
okay. First off, this is all bullshit. So let me explain it to you why this is all bullshit. Okay, so like, what do you wear to a funeral?
Black dress.
What do you wear to a wedding? What do you wear to church?
Dress.
What do you wear to church?
A very nice dress. Right. Church, I don't go to church anymore, unfortunately.
Well, if you were going to church, yeah. What do people wear at church?
Again, like I said,
for the occasion.
Exactly. I know.
You literally dress for the occasion.
And you're doing it because that is what is considered etiquette and what is.
I agree.
Etiquette.
So now we've okay.
So it's not dressing for other people.
Right. So I've established that. Now here's the other thing.
How appropriate.
Okay. So everybody says, well, I dress up for me, right? I do this for me. Like I dress up this way, but I'm not doing it for guys. I do it for myself.
I think it's self-expression. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if I went over to your house tomorrow about 4:30 and you're vacuuming the house, you're going to be dressed up like this.
I would probably be naked.
Right?
No, this is not comfortable.
Or are you going to be in sweatpants
and my hair up? Right. Probably.
Yeah.
Why not? Why aren't you dressed like this? Because this would make you feel better.
This is not comfortable like all the time. When I'm vacuuming, I don't vacuum my house. But if I did,
right,
I would not be wearing this.
I might do it for a scene.
You get what I'm saying.
I might vacuum the house for a scene.
Yeah, that's true. My cleaning ladies are cleaning it. Last time they were cleaning, I have a funny story. The last time I was so tired. I had literally just came home. It was like, I don't even know, 8 a.m. And like my cleaning ladies are coming at 9:30. So like I come home and I'm like, oh God, they're coming. I need to be awake. And so like I'm just gonna rest my eyes for a little bit. They ring the doorbell. Okay, I let them in. I'm gonna go, listen, I need to lay down for a second. But you can clean the whole house, even my room, and I'm laying in bed. Okay, that's cool. And so I'm here in my bed, like hungover, like dead. And they're like, can we clean your room? There's 3 of them, and I was like, yes, please clean your room.
While you're sacked out, when you're like passed out on the bed.
Hungover, probably still drunk, and I'm just like. A starfish in my bed.
Now the real question is, had you not been hungover, would you have dressed up for them?
No, they know me. Definitely not.
Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
Hey, Tony. So the thing is, you do understand that women do feel like they have to compete with other women and do get dressed up.
No, I know that.
You do understand that, even though you're an alien.
No,
we get that. And you probably didn't eat more ho-hos and fucking Krispy Kreme when you won the Hot 100.
I love Krispy Kreme.
Okay, I'm sure. But did you eat a lot of Krispy Kreme when you won the $25,000 first prize at the Hot 100?
I did go to Dunkin' Donuts pretty much every time.
Before or after?
But I only had coffee.
Yeah. But you understood you were competing.
Yeah.
You understand there is a physiological
but
competition.
I don't think I'm as hardcore as some people are with their bodies as like fitness people. Like I'm not super like that at all. And some people are. That's their life. That's their like lifestyle. And I, that's what they want. But like I always stayed kind of just true to myself.
Travis, super chats, please.
All right, let's get our daily dose of distraction from Mr. Steal Your Blocks for $10 in Canadian dollars. This is hilarious. I'm 100% MGTOW now. Thanks, women. You opened my eyes.
Men going their own way.
Men going their own way. Well, we've been going ours.
Hold on, like if you.
Oh yes.
We've been going our own way.
The idea behind MGTOW is that if we all pull our penises out of the sexual
first they
market
were doing
price.
it, and then we're like, you know what? We should do it too.
Exactly. And now there's a problem.
Travis, next one, go.
All right, more distractions from Maximum Web. We have $49.99 US. Wow, thank you so much. Keep it coming,
Marco. We
literally.
We got to get a stream deck.
The Curse of the High IQ and the Book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI on the pursuit of women. Both masterworks. Thank you, Aaron. I've been searching for my entire life. Speaks to my logic brain. Rollo, thanks for speaking up about uncomfortable truths.
Yes, you're welcome.
Aaron, are your books in audio? Or
Yeah, they're on audio.
Good. I'm definitely going to get
Read
that.
by Jack Napier.
And there's some statistics like that?
Well, see, that's the thing, because you're a numbers guy,
Yeah.
you might need the charts and the data in some of them.
They come like a PDF with that audible.
Oh, yeah, PDF. Or you know what? I could just send you the PowerPoint.
100%.
And the Book of Numbers has a banging cover to it.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yep.
Perfect.
Six months late. That's
next one, go. Thanks.
And we continue. Kenny Lesser gives us 2 super chats. The first one is $19.99 US. Ain't no souls to save in this haunt. It's a quote. I'm not sure who said that, but he's saying it. Kenny Lesser with a second super chat, $9.99 in US. Independent equals not signed on a man's program. They will disqualify their soulmate for hashtag independence and hashtag never surrender. These girls and sparks who made butterflies are the true travesty of hook.
What does hook mean?
Is that it?
That is it.
Oh, we got one more.
What's that mean? Can we explain that?
Xmar super chatted 526 with Rollo Swolo.
Specific numbers.
I'm trying to get big like I'm trying to get big like Rollo.
Yes.
Is that Macho Man Randy Savage?
I'm trying to get on Rollo's
54
TRT
years old.
regimen.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Beautiful. Do you want to explain to them some of the stuff?
Well, as far as MGTOW?
MGTOW, blue pill,
Red pill. Can we start with the red pill?
I guess we should give them
Actually,
an intro a little bit.
Well, I want to. Well, let's. I kind of want to get into. I got questions for you, ladies. I got questions here. Okay, so.
Ooh, questions.
Okay, so what is more important to you, money, muscles, or game in a guy?
Maybe call it charm.
I mean, you have to only pick one of those three.
No, rank them.
Rank them.
Oh, okay.
Rank them.
Money, muscles, or
Fitness, the looks,
his physique.
affluent status, like
Yeah.
money
I
status,
liked
or
in
his
shape, but not
social
like big muscles.
personality and social skills.
I love personality.
Personality's number one.
I love personality.
Number one.
all
I got
day,
some
every
fat
day.
guys
Okay,
to set them
you're
up
full
with
of shit.
that.
Number one.
yeah,
No, it is.
I agree
it is.
with that.
Are you kidding me?
They win
I could have dated
something.
so many people for money, but I don't.
Yeah,
because
same here.
I just
Absolutely not.
not attractive.
Okay, so
I've seen your boyfriend in the next room. He's very attractive. No homo. He's very
Yeah, I mean,
attractive.
yeah,
Okay, so-
you
so-
attract.
I'm not gonna have. Yeah.
So here's the thing.
I don't want to date an ugly guy. I mean,
Here's where the socioeconomic charts have switched.
I agree.
I think at some point, if a woman is making enough money, that she'll kind of like turn the sliders up on the other two. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because she doesn't need the money.
That's
Yeah,
exact.
of
Now,
course.
you guys know Rihanna was making a ton of money and started dating a billionaire. For some case, there are some studies that show as women stratify up in wealth, that
guy?
they actually want. They actually see. Here we go. Which billionaire?
There goes Tawny's her eyes
Tawny
looking.
guy like, oh,
No,
which,
I mean,
I'm
which
kidding.
billionaire?
I'm kidding.
But
there,
yes,
done that.
I've seen. You and I have a friend who is 6 feet tall and blonde. We won't say her name. And she is making a lot of money on OF, and she stopped a previous
yep,
career
I know.
path to do
Yep.
the new career
Yep.
path. But I saw her doing the old career path the
What's
other
the
day,
new
and I was
career path?
very confused.
OF.
Yeah,
OF.
yeah. One of the things that they talk about is like girls using OnlyFans to get out of a bad situation previously. You've seen it personally, right? Probably the girl who makes the most money on OnlyFans in the entire city. We probably know who I'm talking about. She was in one of those situations, and now she never has to go to a fucking creepy hotel room again.
Yeah.
She never has to do that again. So now there becomes this really weird moral conundrum. Number one, is it better because she doesn't have to go to a strange hotel room with a strange guy anymore?
I mean, I would think so.
Or is it worse because she's doing that in the first place? Do you see what I'm saying? That we've created a world where she's doing that in the first place, and she could have made a decision to do something else. What do you think?
I think we're at a point right now where we're going to commercialize all of that anyway. So I mean, we're rooting that in money.
Well, the irony in it actually is that Visa and MasterCard actually are trying to stop sales for all pornographic sales.
They were going to stop that for OnlyFans for a while. And then, of course, they came to their senses.
I actually personally know people where certain banks have frozen their accounts and asked them to transfer banks because the money coming in was from pornographic money. Yeah. Some of the biggest names in the adult industry, actually. So I don't know what's going on right now where it's kind of confusing where it is socially acceptable. I mean, celebrities have an OnlyFans and, I mean, it's become more socially acceptable. But at the same time, they're trying to ban the money. It's like, oh, my money's not good for this bank, but it's good for the IRS.
Hold on. Bruce Gilbert says it's worse because the internet is forever. The motel room exists only in memory. God damn, bro. Damn. Wow. Damn.
Wow.
Hey, real quick. Hey, why don't you finish the Money Muscles game? I got to the bathroom.
Yeah, I got to do that
the
too.
question for
I know the great question. But so you want to get married. You want to have 10 children, right?
Yes,
how would you rank for, thinking long term, okay? Mm-hmm. Money, looks, money, personality, social skills game.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
That was her first.
Personality. And then looks. That's my honest.
Well, I already know what your answer is going to be.
What? I want to hear. I want to know what.
Well, I don't know what our answers are going to be.
What do you think mine is?
Well, okay, so clearly you're all full of shit because looks are everything in the very beginning here. Okay, so you don't get to personality, you don't get to money, you don't even get to know that person unless you're attracted and you're aroused by that person in the first place. So
I agree.
I separate it this way, and you can agree with me or not. But there's for women there's an arousal and then there's attraction. Okay, so arousal is he hot? Do I want to have his baby? Do I want to have his babies? Right?
Do I want to?
Do I really want to get with this guy and knock it out with this guy? And then there's the attraction side, which is he's got to be funny, he's got to be love his mom, he's got to he'd be same religion,
gentleman.
He's got to be a gentleman, he's got to have a personality, he's got to make me laugh, he's got rainbows and puppy dogs.
Gotta be a good salsa dancer too. I think salsa
Mm-hmm.
dancer would be pretty.
Oh,
good.
they got to dance.
Yeah. So my take is this: is that you don't get to any of those other ones unless you are attracted to that guy in the first
yes,
place.
Of course.
Yeah, I do agree with you. So mine would be attraction, personality, then money. Because I have my own money.
Same.
Yeah, I've never dated a guy solely based off money.
Are you a Capricorn?
I'm Sag, December 19th.
Oh, you know what? My rising sign is Sag. All my other planets are in Sag, and I'm Capricorn.
Are you?
Screw y'all.
I need my magic 8 ball.
Outgoing.
I need my magic.
My rising sign is Sag.
Honest, loyal.
Yes. When they want to be.
I'm always honest. Sometimes I'm too brash, though. I don't mean to be rude.
That's how my girlfriend is.
I'm
She's
very like that. But at least you know what I'm getting.
Michael is cringing right now.
Okay. Now here's
At least you know I'm not fake.
So now we have established that looks are important, at least at the top tier. Anyways.
Attraction,
It's something
personality,
around. Okay.
money.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So why do women lie about how important looks are?
We would just admit
Lie.
it.
I don't think they lie. I mean, maybe some. Do we lie?
I don't think we lied. I think we were very honest.
Well, the first thing out of your mouths was personality. Or money in your case, I guess. So, at least you're honest.
Got the honest
straight up
one,
about
yeah.
that.
Hey guys, so I
It's
think I think what it is that its personality counts once he's good looking.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I feel like if for example, I have an example.
Like I saw the shooting guard you used to date.
Shooting guard.
The guy you used to watch play basketball.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, but like at the same time, like I've dated outside of my comfort zone before, like not even being initially attracted to the person, but it was kind of like
Chemistry.
an energy.
Yeah.
An energy. I was like, whoa, what is that? That's weird.
Yeah.
And then you start talking and then you're hearing them and you're like, oh, I really like how you're sounding and like what you're saying and like you have a really good conversation. You don't always have good conversations with every person that you meet.
Yeah.
I agree with
you. And when you have that chemistry, that's what becomes very attractive.
Have you ever been with a very good look, like on a date with a very good looking guy, like you're like, okay, I'm ready to go, and he gave you creepy vibes.
Yes, absolutely.
What was it that gave you creep vibes that pushed past the attraction that he was a hot guy?
There's a, it's not necessarily creepy. It's like something so annoying. It's like I don't want to say any names or anything. I know one personally, and it's like he's a very good-looking guy, successful, tall, everything, you know, in shape. But he's annoying as fuck. He says,
wait.
Text me, who is it?
Kevin Sable. It's Kevin Sable.
No, she said tall.
Can you give me a hint?
Yeah, you do know him, but I'll give you a hint.
Okay, you'll just tell me later.
I'll tell you later. But the thing
whisper
is,
it to me.
he, you know, and he was so corny. I would say the corniest things, and I asked, I was like, please don't.
Corny could be cute.
No, not, you know, I mean, if I
was he so corny
like
that
corn.
you were like,
It
no, I'm
turned me
not going to do this guy?
Yeah.
I feel like I'll be able to hear.
He knows what it is.
That might be the best looking dude in all of Las Vegas. Yeah.
Wow. Now I know who it is.
Like I literally I remember one time I sent a group of girls and he was the host, and like they fucking completely ghosted me the rest of
it. How tall is this guy?
6'5".
Okay.
No,
wow.
Is he jacked? Is he jacked and juicy?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you.
jacked.
I don't care about height. Height does not matter to me.
You just happen to date a tall dude.
No, but I've dated guys that are my height. I've dated guys
taller than me and my
I was
height.
gonna say something probably inappropriate, but I've definitely slept with someone shorter than me.
How tall are you?
Probably like 5'6".
Okay, so getting above you is not too.
No, I mean,
taller than you.
I mean, I don't really care about the height. It's more like I said, the personality, chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Can you have these good conversations? Like I've dated guys of all heights.
So from their standpoint, it's called good energy, and from our standpoint,
Have
it's called
you dated
gang.
a guy who's 5'4"?
I've slept with somebody who's shorter than 5'4".
Shorter than you?
Yeah.
Really?
So, really? Because you're 5'5", so it would have to be.
What
happened?
hold on, time out.
Thank you.
Time out. What happened there with you with the guy? What,
It was really good.
With you and Bruno Mars. What happened there?
Definitely not Bruno Mars.
What was the thing? What was the whole? What led up to that whole interaction?
Left the
though?
door open.
Oh man.
What led to that interaction? I'm just curious.
God. No, it was good. It was just good. I don't talk about that stuff though. I
Okay.
just said that height does not matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're an outlier then, because according to Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble, when
Okay, first off, I'm not on any of those apps.
when women set their height filter on those apps, it is the most common setting is 6 feet or
Guys,
above.
and there's
did not know
statistics.
you could do your filters there.
Well, but can you appreciate it from guys' perspective that, you know, as you girls have invested a fair amount of time into dating and courtship and all that, guys also, I mean, it's a money-saving device where, okay, there's 5 girls in the room, 3 are shorter than me, and I can only kind of hit on one without alienating the other 4, realizing, you know. So, I mean, the numbers do play a role, so people simply save their time.
I got something I'll let her go, but I got something.
Say something, okay? You guys are picking on us with the guy's height. Let me ask you guys something in this room
Ooh,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Here's us 3. I think we're all 3 pretty fucking hot. Now you get 3 maybe girls that aren't as attractive as us, so they don't get as ready, you know, they're just normal plain Jane looking girls. I want to know who the 3 of you are going to look at. You're gonna look at the 3 of us?
Hey,
look at the 3 of
and
you
why?
girls.
Because of look.
Because you're hot, yeah.
Because of look.
Well, here's the thing. They may look at us, but they're going to talk to them. Because that always happens.
No.
Yeah, because
listen, you're trying to
Intimidation.
express it. Is there a double standard? And fuck yes, there's a double
Yes.
standard. I'm not saying there's. Of course, I look at looks first. In fact, as a man, initially it's going to be 98% of looks initially. Now
the only
later
thing
on,
you can assess.
yeah, it's what you can assess initially, and then once I find the borderline personality disorder, I'm like, well, still maybe, you know, maybe, and then once you find out that she has massive amounts of debt and she's a felony, well, still maybe. And she's really,
He's like, well, does she have chlamydia?
Double D's?
Maybe.
How big are her boobs? Yeah.
It was only
Here, I'll resolve this with one quote: "No one's ugly after 2 a.m."
Oh my goodness.
So
Guys, so here's the thing: is women will date at their level and above. Men will. There is no attraction floor for men. They will date below them or above them.
I like a man that actually
With
drives me.
standards, yeah.
Well, no, I like somebody who motivates me. Like I tend to date. Usually, I tend to date somebody who does more than me because that actually motivates me.
I can see that. I would agree
like
with that.
I'm a worker. Like I don't think I could be a stay-at-home mom and do nothing.
I'd be bored.
I literally said that to myself. Like I would be bored. I like working. I love my job. I love to make money.
You're an A-type personality.
Yeah,
I am as
guess
well.
so.
Yeah.
Very
I mean, I'd rather be a businesswoman, make my own money than
love
sit at
that.
home and pop. No, Karina, I mean, everything is for, you know, I just don't want to, I would be bored as hell. I'm sorry. I'd pull my hair out or something. I couldn't do it. I have to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I need
10
someone to
things
stimulate
going on.
me.
Yeah,
100% stimulate
I'm
me.
the same way.
Have fun.
So hot, but then the stimulation comes after that.
What?
Well, I have to. You have. If you can't bang them, I mean, physical attraction has to be the foundation.
Of course.
Otherwise,
You
you're just
always have to be
friends. I mean,
attracted.
I'm not too hard on that.
Yourself
I mean,
go.
Yeah.
But
And
I think
that
it's
someone's gonna stay
more
with
of a
you.
foundation for us. I think that's
Oh,
her additional
absolutely,
point.
yeah.
Whereas for some guys, it may be somewhere between 85 and 99% of the original stimulation.
Ooh,
For
we got
women,
another
it's going to be a lower number. And the other thing is, I want to point out is, I feel like when you guys are saying good energy and great conversation, from your standpoint, that's the way you receive it. From our standpoint, it just sounds like game, like a dude with good game. That's what it sounds
more
like.
or
I mean,
less.
I've been full of
Social
like
skills,
both, yes, game and like actual genuine conversation.
Yeah, but the problem is that when it's a really good game, you can't tell the difference.
Well,
That's true.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I agree. I've been played.
So the reason I asked you about
I'm sorry.
the-
I can have good game with somebody I really like. It doesn't mean about being played. It's about generating attraction. Yeah.
Okay.
So the
That's
reason
good
I
then.
asked
I
is
mean,
like,
good
have you
for
ever
you.
been with a good-looking guy who gave you creep vibes? Right. That was
Oh,
the
yeah,
question. Okay.
yeah.
So
Not so much.
so was his creep vibes enough for you to say, you know what, I'm not gonna, as hot as this guy is, I'm not gonna sleep with him.
Well, I can't lie. I don't lie.
You still slept with him.
On and off for almost 10 years, we would hook up here and there. But there were times where,
Even though it was
when I
annoying,
sober,
creepy annoying.
When we weren't in that moment, I would be like, "What the fuck is this guy sending me? Like, why is he saying this right now? Like, stop!" And I actually asked him more than once, probably more than 10 times, maybe even more than 20 times. Please don't say that to me. It's so corny. Just stop. Don't say this to
But
me.
the corniness didn't
It turned me
outweigh
off.
the
because,
sexiness.
No, because there were many times we'd hung out as friends.
Oh, we're talking about the same dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even get my mind to the point of wanting, like, physically, if he would close his mouth, he was, like, so hot.
I see.
But then it's like he opened
You're
his mouth. and
beautiful
was
when you don't
corny.
talk.
And
Yes.
now give me a few drinks. Get me in a, give me some 1942.
So you would the incongruency could be overlooked if the hot. That's what I'm getting at. Is like the looks will outweigh the creepiness.
Yeah, but then I
past
don't want to
2
stay the
a.m.
night, and I don't want to stay the night. I want to get up and run for the hills.
Yeah, and that's how Ted Bundy and
balance.
Ted Bundy and what's his Jeffrey Dahmer got started.
Oh my God, no! But yes, there was one incident.
He
where
was so good looking. I can't believe he was
Which
a serial
one?
killer.
tried.
Which one? Oh.
Jeffrey Dahmer was it Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah,
was
I
the
was
good looking
gonna
one.
say,
Yeah,
he was
because they just did.
good-looking.
They just
Jeffrey
Definitely.
Dahmer? No.
Sorry.
It was,
He's a Gemini.
Ted Bundy.
All
Ted
these-
Bundy
Bundy.
was, yeah.
Ted
Jeffrey
Bundy. Ted
Dahmer.
Bundy was a good looking one.
Before
No, it was
Jeffrey
Zac
Dahmer
Efron.
got,
Zac Efron played
fully
Ted Bundy.
into jail. Like, he was actually
A
handsome.
decent looking guy. Yeah.
He was eating people.
You wouldn't think that he was.
Have you ever
eating
been? Have you
people.
ever been with a guy who was good looking, but he gave you creep vibes?
No. Actually, no.
All right.
No.
No,
I
you've
don't
never
think
been with a
so.
guy that gave.
I've gotten like
that turns
not-
you off so much with his personality that you're like, he's really good looking, but he's so annoying, or he's giving me creepy vibes, or he is.
No.
He's kind of a dork.
No.
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 We'll introduce her.
You are kind of an
Alien?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
also for you to manage.
I'm a unicorn.
For you to manage, the modeling agency. That you are.
It
You
takes
do
a certain
You
type.
have. You are outside of 3
a
standard
rare
deviations.
breed.
Hey, I want to
Yes.
just a caveat here. Do you believe men and women can be platonic friends? Aaron?
Jesus.
Me?
Here we go.
Not really, no.
No.
Very
What about you,
exceptionally
Karina?
rare.
I agree with it though. I don't think so.
I think.
What the fuck
some
are you
people-
talking about?
I think that and I don't think people could be platonic friends.
The fuck are you talking about?
I mean, I feel like one or the other or both sometimes have that attraction, or maybe they don't say it, that they would be like, oh, I'd fuck you, or there's question about it. For sure.
I mean,
friends for 10 years. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't think.
Do I think people question it? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think they talk about it all the time? No. I think it's kind of like you decide in that moment.
No. Can they be friends?
Can they?
Men and women.
Yes.
Of
Yes,
course.
I think so.
Obviously, you and I have been friends forever. Karina, do you think?
When's the last
men and
time you
women can be
guys
friends?
went out as friends? Like
All the
you
time.
went. When's the last time you
We
went
just hung
bowling?
out the
When
other
did you go
fucking-
bowling?
We hung out the other
When did you
fucking
go
night
bowling?
where were we? We were at Post Malone. Her and I were just together at Post Malone. We go out as friends all the time. It's not an issue. There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. Men and women being friends. Can you believe men and women can be platonic friends?
Yes. Why not?
Okay. Now, you guys will agree. Now, I agree with you. I happen to be friends with both of them. The reason why I bring this up is because you don't know personally, but you do. I've met several girls through the both of you that I've ended up going out with.
Wait, what?
Yes, yeah,
Right.
several girls because they're my friends.
I was not introduced.
Of course, I
They're
didn't.
not friends. They are recruiters.
Unaware.
I am not a recruiter.
Tony, now we know why he's such good friends with us.
Yeah, he's
Okay, no. There's a couple
years.
things I want to. There's a couple things I want to point out. First off, I agree. Most guys would not be able to just be friends with you. But
You're
you guys,
different.
I am different.
I would like to be friends first, and then
But I've never hit on you. Like,
no, you've been appropriate.
Yes.
You've been a gentleman.
Sartain's
Michael's
around
actually a
beautiful women
gentleman.
all the time. I think
Yeah.
he's comfortable. I think with Sartain it's different. I call him Sartain. I've always called him Sartain. It's different because it's normal to you. It's not normal to be around, and it's not normal for a man to be around beautiful women.
but here's the other thing.
You know what I mean?
Being
It's
friends
like-
with the two of you, I have met so many women. It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
like you run a fucking modeling agency. It's ridiculous. Like this idea that like me being friends with you is just like somehow no. We put each other in the friend zone. That's kind of what it is. I never it never really needed to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now the reason why it works for me though is because I host two of the biggest bikini competitions in the world, right? Because I used to host the Rehab Bikini Invitational. If you are immersed with enough women around you, you can pull it off. 99% of the time you can't, which is why you're right, right? Most of the time. If you do not have that level of abundance. I remember when I came back from the Middle East, I did a 6-month tour in the Middle East, and I come back and I couldn't speak to a woman to save my fucking life. I was fumbling. This is probably maybe December of 2006. I'm like fumbling, all this kind of stuff because I had scarcity. If a man has enough abundance, he can definitely be friends with women.
That's
Otherwise,
what I was-
otherwise he cannot be friends with women.
Yep.
You probably know some like male strippers who are like this. They're like,
Yeah.
there's so many. There's just no possibility when I go to the Ignite party with 116 women that I'm attracted to all of them. My brain can't go in that many directions. So it's possible because this is the big debate. But you as a man have to have enough abundance to make it work. And when you do make it work, you have some amazing friends in your life, and the whole dating thing that happens afterwards is just kind of automatic. You understand what I'm saying?
I think it's far and few between. Like, it's a rare case. You're a rare case.
Yeah.
You're not the typical. You're like one out of like.
Michael, you're like me, an alien.
I'm an alien.
You're an alien.
I disagree. I think
You're
every
around.
single dude in my program, MOA, has been able to replicate what I've done.
Aaron,
Every
Aaron,
single one.
What?
Why is it that you think that mortal men cannot be friends with mortal women?
I say
Not the gods, not amongst the gods and the demigods.
I
here.
hate to be the statistical asshole. It is possible but rare for the mortal men.
Totally agree with you.
Because
I completely agree with you.
And Mike gives one reason, like abundance, but the other thing is like if you got some guys, they just like, I'm not. Right now, it's not all about sex. You know, maybe they got a job, maybe they got something else going on. Maybe they have a girl they're interested in. Maybe they already have a gal. Or it really depends on the guy. But most guys are, I hate to say this, are losers. They have, especially in America, they have
The
nothing going on.
80%ers, right?
Yeah, 85%. I'm even going to upgrade it to.
Oh.
They have no real jobs. They have no real life.
Overweight.
They're weak. They're cowards. Not just as it approaches women, but life. And if you have nothing else in life, a lot of guys use women to fill that void with little to no regard as that person being an independent human being or a soul or an intellect. And that's an object to fill this hole. And so that's where you get possessive. And then, here's this girl. Oh my God, I'm about to get point and purpose and reason in life, and now I'll finally get my peen touched. You know, so that if you come into it with girls are the number one thing in your life, every girl you're going to interact with is going to be a prospective sexual prospective lay. So no, then you cannot have platonic friendships. But if you get guys who are like, listen, bitch, I got a job and shit going on right now. No, I don't want to go out with you to the nightclub till 3 a.m. I'm going to go home and have my tea. And you know, and then those guys where they're just like, another thing, Mike, if you've gotten laid enough, you know, it's not a mystery anymore. And
Yeah,
I wasn't even going to bring that part of it up, but yes, that is the other part of it. Like if you were fulfilled in that way, like Bulgarian told me one time, he goes, I couldn't sleep with all these women if I had 16 dicks. Like that's what he's real talk. Like it's one of these situations where like at some point, dude, Dan does have female friends because it's not a function of like, this girl put me in the friend zone. It's a function of like, I don't have enough time in the day.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I'm at a point now where I have a specific type. If you are not my type, it doesn't mean you're not attractive. I'm just not putting you in that category. And here's the craziest part. What do you think this does when I meet women? In general, they're more attracted to me because of the fact that like I don't go nuts. Like majority of men who meet
You're
either
safe
one of you
too. You're
or meet
much
you,
more trusted.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like I don't act weird. I'm like, what up, homie? Like that's it.
Yeah.
Fist bump or whatever
Yeah.
in those type of situations. But here's the thing: it's not 1%. Every single dude in my program has been able to accomplish this, and I have visual proof that they were able to accomplish this. It's just a function of where we got to the point where we don't understand how to create abundance in our social lives. But if you have enough, it's not even a function of can you be friends with women. You're just going to be friends with women just because there's too many fucking women. Try managing a strip club and just thinking I'm going to sleep with every single woman here. It won't work. It just doesn't work.
I agree with Aaron in a sense here, because I think we've had this conversation on Fresh and Fit before as well. But you know, it's easy to so here's the quote. You know, women have boyfriends and girlfriends. If you're not fucking her, you're her girlfriend.
Right.
Because women, when you relate to women as women, when you start speaking that language, when you're like, oh, we're going to be friends, what are we going to do? Well, let's go paint our toenails together, right? I mean, when you have that conversation, what happens is women will see a guy who wants to be her, and this is from not from your perspective, but from the average guy,
85%.
The 85%,
very key,
because they think they tend to believe that friendship is so there's a chance. Oh yeah.
Well, some people say they'd like to become friends first.
Exactly.
Before exactly. So I'm just. But they're aliens.
And that's usually that. It usually gets back to. And I don't. Does anybody even do this anymore? Like, let's just be friends. Rejection.
Yeah.
I don't think of you.
No.
I've seen a brother.
I've seen girls say that to dudes before. I think they still do.
Well,
the other thing is like me and Sab never said, "Hey, we're going to be friends, buddy." It just fucking happened.
I feel like I have to question it every time someone like wants to hang out with you. I'm like, is this a?
Well, yeah, but you're exceptionally attractive. Nearly every guy is going to have a physical attraction to you.
So is it always a date?
For the most part, yeah.
If you'll let it be, if you'll let it be, that's the thing.
So what do you do to not let it be?
This is not a date.
But that's your choice, right? I always say it like this: for men and women, it's like this. If you go on a date, for a man, you're on a high wire. It's like you're on a tightrope. If you fuck up anything, teeth are fucked up, whatever. She lives somewhere else. You fall off the tightrope, and nobody has sex. With women, it's like it's going down a lazy river. Like unless you get out that motherfucker, we're going to go right back to the bedroom.
What happens with guys who try to be friends with women is they start to relate to women as women relate to other women. So it's like think of your same-sex friends. I'm sure you guys are pretty good friends. You know, like you can relate with your same-sex friends in a different way than you're going to relate with a guy who wants to be your platonic friend. Yeah. So what happens is like I relate to him a whole lot different than if I was going to relate to somebody who was like Tori, for example. Like I consider her a friend, right? Like we talk and everything. But I relate to her way differently than I do for him because seems like men and women, when they're friends, there's a different dynamic to that. And what happens is when especially a guy who doesn't have the abundance and thinks that the way he's gonna slide in there is I'm gonna be your friend first, and then
sneaky fucker game.
Once she trusts me, sneaky a cuddlefish, right? She's as soon as she trusts me, then finally I got to build up rapport, and she says she needs to be comfortable before we have sex, and he thinks that that's the way he's gonna get there. What happens is by being a friend. Now, for you, they can become wingmen. For most guys, it's usually that seems to me like a good form of game. It seems like a very
logical safe,
way of doing this. And
polite.
The problem is those guys end up relating to women as if they're their girlfriends, and so what happens is women's brains think, this isn't a man, this is another girl. And so that's why they start relating to each other in a sense of the same female and female dynamic.
I will say I talked to some of my guy friends about problems that was before. Now I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah, you were going to talk about this. Some switches flip
and
with Tony Jordan.
And by the way, this friendship dynamic is entirely monetizable on OnlyFans.
For sure. Agreed.
That's why you have so many followers.
The girlfriend experience is the number one selling thing.
Isn't that crazy?
Exactly.
Well, another number one selling thing is I have a lot of slaves.
Ooh, wow.
I like it. I don't know how it happened.
Aren't you supposed to call them pay pigs? Is that what
They're my pay pigs. They're my slaves. They refer to me as goddess.
She calls them slaves. We're about to get canceled because she called.
But we knew what she meant.
Yeah, like pay pig. They like me to dominate.
She's the right sex. She can use that word on YouTube.
That's a good point. That is correct.
Dang. Yes. All right.
I kind of like it.
Travis, we got a lot of super chats. Let's go.
Yes, sir. We got a lot of super chats going down all the way to Walt Mosher.
Keep them coming. I gotta pay for this show.
$10 for the ladies. How common is having a sugar daddy? Is it normalized or no big deal among women?
Have you ever had a sugar daddy?
No.
Do you know anybody who has a sugar daddy?
Of course.
Or has got into sugar dating, I guess?
Of course, people. Yeah, a lot of people.
How common do you think it is?
Very common.
I think it's
very
at
Vegas, very common.
Yeah.
Big cities,
Miami,
I would say big common.
Yeah.
Very common.
I've never had a sugar. I've dated wealthy men, and I've been spoiled and had extravagant gifts.
So a sugar daddy.
But no. I've cared for them, loved them. I've been in long-term relationships.
Yeah, but most sugar babies would say the same thing, that they cared for them.
No, they would cheat. I was in regular relationships, you know.
How come you're not with them now?
I don't want to put their business out there, but there's problems, you know. A couple of them had addiction problems, a fast lifestyle. You know, I noticed that when a lot of men are extremely uber successful and they have free time, you know, they have successful businesses where they're pretty much retired. You know, they're jet setting around the world. That comes with a lifestyle. That lifestyle is, you know, something I didn't want to keep up with. You know,
so logistics is what kind of
you know, and it's like you can't change people. You can wish them well. If I don't like something, rather than trying to change somebody, I take myself out of the equation.
True.
Travis, next.
All right, continuing to pay for the show, we have Purple Vortex for $2, contributing a lot. Rollo, you're mad because Pearly Things is coming for the throne.
Come here.
Oh, wait, Pearl, that's that girl Pearl, right?
Yeah, Pearl,
Okay, Pearl, yeah, for sure.
Pearl's a hack.
Penny Lester for $9.99 US. Any women ever dated guys with traditional careers in STEM? In quotations, he says, can be well-paying.
What's STEM again?
Science, technology, engineering, and
the real
mathematics.
degrees. Yes.
Engineer. Wait, what's the A for? Do you remember?
No.
STEAM.
A adds arts because morons want to feel special. No.
Yeah, that's right. It's STEM.
I could date normal jobs that
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
I've dated.
I think STEM fields are the most important thing. I personally, I've never said this to you before. I think the federal government, if they're going to provide grants for college, no more arts grants. No more. I'm sorry. If you guys want a performing arts tuition, then pay for it on your own. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. The problems that the world is suffering from today are going to be solved through technological means. So I think.
Wait. You mean the theater troupe ain't going to make Lake Mead fill back up?
Listen, I'm not saying that those things are
What
important.
about sociologists and journalism majors? Won't that fill up the... Okay.
Sociology is a little different, but journalism, I agree with you.
No, I've dated like tech guys. I've dated people in like...
IT?
Yes, actually.
Coders?
Yeah. I've dated a guy in IT. I dated a guy who was in, what's it called? Med device. I've dated, all sorts of different... career fields.
Check out the big brain on bread. Go, Travis. What's the next one?
Alrighty then. We have maximum Weeb paying the maximum amount somebody has paid as a super chat, which is $49.99. Come on, guys. Let's make it to 200. Thanks to Maximum Weeb. He's saying,
we have no
seeing TFW No GF by Alex Lee Moyer tonight. Her film on 4chan culture, Gropers, Wojak, Pepe, Young Men Technical Induced Social Alienation, got Blu-ray by Massacre Video. She did Alex's War on Alex Jones and The New Radical on Cody Wilson and 3D printed guns. 90% of that I didn't understand. Hopefully you did.
I didn't understand that.
I don't know anything about that, but I'll find out for you and get back to you in the next show.
All right, moving on. We have a Mindana, I believe it's said, for $27.99 in Canadian dollars. Why is it that the man-woman wants is never the men they dated? They seem to choose the right... Let me restart that. Why is the man-woman is never the man they dated? They seem to choose the ride the carousel. Why is that? Do you guys know what that means?
No idea.
I think I understand what he's trying to say, but
I made a typo somehow.
No, let me try it. Let me see if I can paraphrase that. Why is it that the men that women want are never the ones that they want for long term, are never the ones that they actually date? I think I'm rephrasing. There you go.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I'm still confused.
I think that we date people, and we don't go into it thinking it's just going to end, but things happen. Things happen in a relationship. You realize like, oh, this person's not for me, and then therefore it just ends. I don't think anyone goes into a relationship happy and in love and like, fuck, this isn't going to work out immediately. It just doesn't work out.
I think, so maybe, we'll come back to that. Let's do the next one because I want to
read your book. It explains all about that.
I hold that thought. Go ahead.
Francisco Romero with the $49.99 super chat. Wow. Thank you so much. Long story short, years ago, I met this girl. She agreed there was a special connection. I agreed, and her kids said that they'd never seen a man make their mom as happy as she would be when I show up. She got back with her 6.5-foot ex. I'm out.
So wait, what is this?
I feel like we need some piano music behind that.
Hey, is this my Francisco? I think I know this Francisco. I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know.
Was it a question?
No. What he's saying is like he got with the single mommy, right? And that he was doing everything right. The kids were saying that we really like this guy, and she ended up booting him out and going back with the ex who was 6'5" and
6'5".
Rocked
okay,
her
but
world
what was
and
their situation?
Laid down the good D.
What was their like? You know.
Yeah, I would need more details, but
you're only getting one.
For
side
$50,
right
they get a couple more characters, and they could, spell it out.
I can solve this for you in just like 10 seconds here. Don't get with single mommies. That's the whole thing. Just
does that mean single daddies are out
why
too?
on earth? No, they are not. To me, that's another double standard.
Hold on. I've been a single mother for majority of my life,
and I attract daddies. Apparently. It's true.
I'd like to think that I'm a catch.
Thought mommy's in the club. Who's watching?
My daughter's 19.
Oh, she's 19. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. Well,
Is she going to go on OnlyFans?
I was pregnant at 16. I had her at 17, and she's the reason behind my success.
Oh.
Yeah. So
you didn't need a babysitter tonight?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
She can watch herself.
Yeah. Someone needs a babysitter for me. Daddy's got to babysit me tonight.
Hey, why don't you just do ASMR shit on YouTube? I'm just curious. You'd be so good at it.
Yeah. Oh, Daddy.
Oh shit.
This is how she closes deals on the when she's selling real estate.
Where do I sign?
Hey, okay, I want to go over something. We talked about this before the stream started. Tawny, you said you just don't give a fuck anymore. What were you talking about?
Gosh. How? You know what? Like.
That's all the super chats, right? We're done.
We have one more that just came in.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me interrupt you one more time for a $2 super chat from Chamoy Ahoy.
$2.
What about the UPS driver that makes over $100,000 a year?
Would you get with a UPS driver who makes over $100,000 a year? He's a UPS driver. Status is not that high, but it does make a good chunk of change.
I don't discriminate. I mean, obviously, like I said,
the brown shirt does it for you. The uniform.
You know what? I was gonna make a scene wearing.
She is wearing brown.
He is a Teamster.
No, like I said, for me, money, it doesn't matter. Honestly, like I would want them to have some drive and some motivation. But if they're doing something, do
you make more money than your boyfriend?
I do.
You do?
I do.
And you're okay with that? You're cool?
I'm okay with that completely because I don't need him for money. I don't need him to give me money to make me happy.
Yeah, you're self-fulfilled.
He satisfies me in many other ways.
Well, he fulfills you in a different way.
Even without sex, I know where you're going with this. Even without that, we're happy just driving in the car with the music turned up. You know what I mean? Like rock, we love the same type of music.
I get this question all the time because like guys will say like, I'm this girl, she makes like so much more money than I do, or I don't understand why she's with this other guy. Like I used to, when I was living in Lake Tahoe, right? There were people who that knew my wife, let's just say, and they were in like the hospital. They were in a medical profession, so they make a lot of money. And so for a guy in sort of like to be a lift tech or lifty or a snowboarder or something like that, they're never going to be able to make the kind of money that she makes as like say a CT tech or an MRI tech or ultrasound, right? But she's always got like the hottest guys because those dudes are fulfilling her in a way that is not related to money or even real. I mean, maybe game a little bit, but it's not about that.
It's not about the money.
So it's more about like, okay, well, she's not that attractive, but she can get really attractive guys because they need a couch to sleep on.
Well, the thing is, I've dated
More or less.
Uber. I've dated like the 0.001% of the most successful men in the world. And with them, it was all about money. They could go cheat on me, but go buy me a new Lamborghini or something, or just hypothetically speaking, or a $500,000 piece of jewelry, and they think that justifies their actions. And to me, it doesn't justify shit.
So it's like buying roses. after
you're not gonna buy. Yeah, exactly. But in a more in a more glamorous way.
What does a $500,000 piece of jewelry look like? That's That's $500,000.
That's $500,000.
This is 300 actually. This is an 8-carat emerald
That's
that I designed.
That's a real.
You don't have a bodyguard that like follows you around.
Yeah, he does. His name is Mike. He's in
right
another
here,
goddamn
I
room.
guess so.
8-carat with emerald with baguettes all around.
I love
it.
the cut.
And thank you. I designed it. I have 3 of them.
Oh, this is grade A red meat prime content tonight.
So you know what? It just, to me, it's like I've been there, I've done that, I've had everything. You know, I have a closet full of Birkin bags. I have this. I've had a Lamborghini Huracan that I just sold. I have everything.
I have to ask her a question. So you're looking to get married.
Yes, sir.
Are you okay with earning more than your potential husband who's going to give you 10 babies?
I can be a sugar mama.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. As long as he
That's
lays down the
my
good
goal.
D. Is that what we're talking about?
That's your goal?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, is it
I
in the
would
marriage?
like-
In
I
the
would-
marriage?
I would like to be more successful, yes.
Yeah. Wait, those are two different
That's
things.
okay.
Yeah.
No, those are two different.
I
Yeah,
would
you-
like to be more
success
successful
versus
so I
money
can
is
be
not always-
the sugar mama.
Oh, you want to be the sugar man. Got it.
I wanna
Right.
be the sugar
Yeah,
mama.
got it. Okay. That makes sense.
As long as he makes up for it in other ways.
Sure, yeah.
As
Got
long as he lays down a dick, though.
Do you like? do you like cops?
Cops.
Cops.
Like, yeah,
Police officers.
I do
police
attract a lot of cops.
Do you like? Oh man. Do you like cops?
Wait, what?
Policemen.
Yeah, she said she likes that.
You like cops? Okay. All right. I will set you up with one.
Okay.
All right. You can get cracking.
He needs to
He needs
have
10.
want 10 kids.
He's ready for
Protect
10.
her.
That
No,
means,
you need someone
hold
to
on.
protect.
Wait, hold on.
You need somebody to protect.
Hold on. That means you have to have sex at least 10 times.
That's
just
fine.
so we're clear.
Absolutely.
You good with that? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Put that in there.
We'll have
All right.
sex 20
We've skipped over this twice. Why do you
Maybe
not
it's
give a
not meant
fuck?
to
Why do you not
happen.
give a fuck anymore, Tani?
Oh my god.
And would you get with a guy who doesn't? Would you get with a sandwich artist at Subway if he was hot and he had a good personality?
He makes good sandwiches.
To be honest, probably not.
What about a barista? No.
How granular are we going up? Like,
Well, I gotta work my way up.
Bartender?
From
I don't think I've ever hooked up with a barista or a sandwich maker.
Okay.
How about bartender?
What about a?
Have I?
How much does a cop make?
depends on the city,
on the
but
city.
you can make anywhere between say 40 on the low end to 80, 90, maybe over 100 if you're in like a high.
Okay, what about a cop that
high-cost
makes $90,000 a year?
Or are you asking me?
Yeah. We're working our way up. I'm trying to see where that threshold is.
Would you date Sheriff
I feel
Lombardo?
like I don't even attract a cop.
Okay,
I just- so it's never gonna be in
Oh,
my-
wait, I got it. You tech guys, okay?
I've dated
Tech.
that.
Okay, tech guy who makes $90,000 a year.
I've dated that, yeah.
Okay, and you were good with that?
Yeah, it was fine.
Were you making more than him?
what? No, actually, I was making less at the time. But the thing was, he was so content, and I don't really like content. I like somebody who's driven.
So no ambition,
Because
even though he was making that much
Right,
money.
I want no. They
Ambition.
were.
They
That's
wanted
what they
drive.
wanted,
They want
and
drive.
I wanted more because I was like, I want more with my own life. So why don't you? And I think that's important to me because I need motivation. You know, and I knew that at a very young age, like 22. So for me, it was
Drake
kinda
said
like,
10 guys who are Indian. 10 guys who are Indian. I love it.
Tech guys,
10 guys who
from
are
the
Indian. Ready? Let's go with the Indian. man.
I've
Let's
been
do
with
it.
a half Indian.
Yeah?
Very successful.
No,
tech
full
guy.
full Indian. Let's go.
Have I ever been? I've never been with one. No.
It's your lucky day.
I mean, I would never segregate against like race.
Oh yeah, we already put that down.
Yeah, no.
Travis, what's the? I just saw two more come in. We got
There
a
is
49.
plenty more
We got a
coming in.
49 coming
We
in.
have-
Michael, we're never answering this
Francisco Romero for another
bring it up.
$49.99. Paying for the
Maybe I
stream.
shouldn't.
Press the like button. What are you doing?
Please do.
Sup, Mike? Yes,
Better
I
be a good
agree,
question.
Rollo, but I meant to say I don't believe in soulmates.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. That's okay. Not
Oh,
everybody has
okay.
to believe in it.
All right, moving on. We have
Soulmate is a myth.
The Rational Driver for a $10
Yes,
super
you
chat.
don't
Thank
have
you
a
so much.
soulmate.
She is completely full of it. When women find out that I'm an Uber driver, they immediately start walking away. The second they hear I make over 100K, they want to jump my bones.
Driving
As
what?
an Uber driver.
What does he
Are
drive?
they driving black?
Uber. He's
Yeah.
driving Uber. That's what he's driving. He's driving black. That's a good question.
I've been in some pretty nice Uber cars.
You gotta
recently.
know.
Wait till you see what's going to pick you up tomorrow to go to the airport. Nothing but the finest Ford Fiesta.
Yeah, your Ford Fiesta,
Yeah.
1997.
2014.
All right.
Is this a black car? No, is this like the premiere? No.
That's funny. I got a car story for you later. What's the next one?
We got one last one, unless somebody just puts another 49 in there somewhere. We got XMAR for a Canadian $6.99. Cappy with the little ship symbol. Q. Gas crisis cause is due to greed and legit shortages.
No, it's due to the war and the sanctions, and then also a self-limiting supply, particularly here in the United States, where we shut down Keystone because otherwise your Bakken fields would open up again. But that's domestically here the general main reasons for high gas prices.
And in case you're wondering why they call him Cappy.
Let me tell you how many girls I picked up with my knowledge of economics.
Cappy.
It's just like, hey, how you doing?
Well, they call him Cappy because you used to go by Captain.
Oh, that, I used to go with Captain Capitalism on my blog,
everybody
which I
calls him
still
Cappy.
do. Everyone calls me Cappy, yeah.
Captain?
I'm going to call you Cappy.
You should.
Cappy.
You should.
Cappy.
Everybody does. And he's not gay. In spite of what Kevin Savo and John
Jack
Kamar
Napier,
like,
God,
yeah,
those guys
there you
all
go,
trying to
too.
jump my bones.
All right, here's next question. Ladies, have you ever been with a guy that you made wait for sex?
What?
A nice guy that you made wait.
What's that mean?
You see, she knows. She gets
Talk about Tony. You went on.
She's like, what? I've never been.
You went on a date with a guy. You knew you liked him. But you just mentioned before the last two guys you were with, you had known them for a while before.
Yeah.
The first romantic date, did you think I better not have sex with him on the first date? Better make him wait. Has that ever happened?
Yes, of course.
You made him wait. How many dates do you make him wait?
half an hour.
The last one, wow. The first time we got together, because we were together 2 different times.
Mm-hmm.
I think I made him wait like 5-6 times.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was like different trips, everything. Like I didn't sleep with them.
What about the other one? Is there another one?
The first one, our situation was different because we did sleep together like when we were just friends, like when we were younger, like 5-6 years younger, you know?
Yeah.
So different.
But
again.
was there ever like, Tulum having a wild night or fucking, Coachella? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like have I ever had that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. But that they didn't wait. But in this situation,
No, but it was more like my state of mind was like, I don't give a fuck what this is anymore. Like this is just what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Why did you make him wait?
If I really like,
and you did eventually have sex with
different
them,
reasons.
yeah.
Different reasons. So like, one person, like that last person I was with, when we got together the second time. Actually, it was like when I saw Michael, when we did our last podcast, like I saw that person after like 2.5 years and I didn't even stay the night. I was like, oh, well, he's like, I'm going to court you. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. You know?
So he wanted to court, so it was on him, right?
Yeah, he did. But then we didn't reconnect again until like 6 months later. And then it was kind of just like a back and forth thing. But again, I didn't do anything with him until like years. Like,
okay. So it took him 5 or 6 times before he was comfortable with courting you. So looks like the courting's over. Let's go.
Well, I think it's situational, depending on like how you met or like I don't know. Every person's different.
So he initiated the waiting, not you. Would you have slept with
No,
him anyways? Like if he was ready to rock and roll, you would have gone?
Of course he would have slept with me.
No, but I mean, well, I know he would have. So it was initiated by you.
The look on her face. Please clip that. Of course he would have fucking slept with me. I'm Tawny Jordan.
No, not because of that. It's just because like I know. But like, what was your question? I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying so it was. You were saying that he was like he wanted to court you, right?
That's what he said.
But was he initiating the wait, or were you initiating making him?
Because I left, so I made him. Wait.
Okay, so it was logistics then. Like you couldn't be there to.
I could have. No. Okay. I could have stayed.
Okay,
I left.
All right. Would you have slept with him anyways if it wasn't you leaving?
No.
No. So you basically were making him wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever made any guy wait?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why did you do that?
I don't really. I'm not big on one night stands, and for me, I feel like I don't want to give away the goods immediately. I feel like if I like someone and I see it's, I see possibly a future or something, I want to wait. I want to.
What's the fastest you've got to sex with a guy?
I mean, honestly, like the fastest, would be like if we went out on a Friday night, maybe Sunday night. You know what I mean? But
you ever met a guy on the same night, had the same night?
Friday, Sunday, that's a day.
Yeah, right. No, a lot of my times, if I end up sleeping with someone, it ends up being like they don't leave. It turns into some sort of relationship, maybe a toxic one because they just don't leave. But still, it's a relationship. No, I dated a guy, and I felt kind of. That I needed to date. I kind of felt bad for him after he went and tattooed my whole face on him.
Oh God, I remember this. Oh my God.
What?
Oh shit, I totally forgot about this story.
That 85%.
Here comes that good clip.
And I felt like I remember, I don't want to say the story.
Yeah, y'all want to see it? Yo, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
Remember.
Yeah.
And so that was supposed to be more of a fling type thing that ended up being a relationship. More because I kind of felt like, fuck, this guy went and tattooed my face on him. I think it was the second time we ever
Is it
hooked
still
up.
there?
Well, he has a new girlfriend now.
Was that creepy?
But is it still there?
No, he turned it into a lion, and it looks awful.
Oh no!
And I ended up actually liking him like a lot when we ended up dating, but I left him. But
I'd love to see that trend.
Yeah.
Side by side.
I didn't know what to
into a
say
lion.
because I was in LA and I was in the hair salon. He's like, I gotta see you, son. I want to show you something. I'm like, oh, I'm at the hair salon. Like, what do you gotta show me? That's so important.
I am dedicated.
No, Sartain knows. Sartain's met him. Sartain knows
God,
who it
I couldn't
is.
believe that shit. I remember when that happened. It's like, really?
Yeah, I was
And
shocked.
no one talked you out of
I'd
this?
be honored.
The tattoo artist didn't talk
I
you
have
out
a lot.
of this?
I've got so many. There's many.
Sweet.
No, and he was a nice guy, honestly, a nice guy.
There it is.
But
All right, so you have made guys wait for sex.
Yes, they have to work for it.
He had to work for it.
Yeah.
How long did you make him wait? Are you in a relationship now, or you're not? You're single, right?
I'm single.
You're single right now. So why did you make him wait? Why did you make him wait? You said, "Oh, you're gonna wait for this because I got plans, Buster."
It was about 2 years.
You made him wait 2 years.
Yes.
2 years? No wonder
And
you don't got kids. What? Do you know how kids are made?
Yeah.
Okay,
I want to make sure I'm getting.
if you not got the manual or the
guy.
blueprints, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And how long did that
Imagine
relationship
how many
last
babies I would have
afterwards?
had. 3 years.
Oh, okay. So you made him wait.
Oh,
2
time
years.
out. During the 2 year period, were you sleeping with anybody else?
No.
Was he
absolutely
sleeping
not.
with anybody else during that 2 year period?
I don't know. Maybe, perhaps.
I just asked him. He said yes. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I'm
But he
sure.
probably was. He probably
If
was.
he's a
2
guy, of
years.
course.
See, so now, do you understand why the third iron rule of Tomassi is if a woman ever makes you wait for sex, the sex is never worth the wait?
Oh, man.
You want to? Yeah, 2 years. 2 years.
Absolutely. I think if he
2 years.
waited 2 years, it wasn't what he expected.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't what he expected in the long run.
High
Wow.
expectations.
He stuck around?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
This is.
Holy shit.
But this is a while back. It's not recent.
I know, but
It didn't start like in 2020 when COVID was a thing. That's
No.
2 years. Like, oh, we can't touch each
Pre-COVID.
other because
Aaron, like
COVID.
this conversation doesn't happen if this isn't the norm, right? Do you remember we
Yeah,
talked about at the
no,
very
I was just
beginning?
about to say.
Where we talked
Bell
about
distribution.
Remember we talked about in the beginning, right? We talked about the fact that these women are making so much money on OnlyFans. It wasn't a judgment if it was good or bad, but this is the world that we live in. The reality of the situation is, Andrew Tate said it best: 99% of men are simps. That is absolutely positive. That is one thing I completely agree with him on.
they will wait 2
That-
years.
It inequitable exchange of value. For the first 2 years, you can agree you were getting more out of this relationship than he was because he wasn't having sex with you. So in this situation,
But we were doing other things.
Okay, well there you go. We can describe that later.
holding hands.
The
That's
non-church going.
sexy, man.
This whole thing.
Did you interlock your fingers like that, or did you hold? Oh
Absolutely.
boy.
ET
Was he on? Did you put him on your Instagram?
style. Oh.
Answer's
gosh.
no. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Are you going to make my cop buddy
you got
wait 2
archived
years
later.
to have sex, or?
I don't. I mean, like his face, like not a hand
no,
in your
I
hand,
can't.
or like a foot and a
So
foot.
great.
It's not a soft launch. I mean, like you saw,
love
he was
it.
actually his face was on there. This
Yes,
is my
absolutely.
boyfriend.
Not just
He
a
put his
shoulder.
toenail on there.
Right.
Hey, it just dawned on me. What time is it?
It is
12:09.
12:09.
Oh, jeez.
So we got another 2 hours.
We're
another
almost-
2 hours.
Okay, I got because there's someone Ivy the dog.
Oh yes.
Yes,
well, can't keep her waiting. All right,
No.
I got. Okay, so I got a last question here. Sorry. And in what ways, if any, do you use your sexuality to get special treatment from other people?
Ooh.
Okay,
Define
so yeah, this is the thing. Are we talking
Okay,
about sexuality or physical attractiveness? Is that part?
Sexuality?
Is that part of it?
So okay, so here's the follow up. In what ways, either consciously or unconsciously, do your friends or your partners do this?
Do what?
Use their sexuality to get special treatment.
Hold on, but so what she's asking is her sexuality means actually using her vagina for something.
Okay,
whether
not
physical
whoring it out, but like
her physical attractiveness.
The prospect of.
The prospect of
your beauty for
not
ever-
actually banging them, but like teasing them.
Have you ever had a client specifically like that actually thought he had a shot,
and you went
with the atmosphere stuff?
I think males will probably think that, of course. I think that's a normal thing to think. But I'm very business oriented, and I would never put anybody in that situation first.
I don't think you let anybody on.
No,
but I'm asking,
no.
do you ever think you had a client that kept thinking this was going to go further?
Well, first off, they're not really in those situations, but you're talking about just
I'm saying at the club.
At the club. I mean, no, not at that moment. No. No, I don't think so. I mean, they can think what they want to
You're never flirty to get in a club or flirty to get
Tony Jordan does not have to be flirty to get in a fucking club.
No.
No. It's Vegas.
You said, watch me finesse this guy.
God, no.
Yeah, I think guys.
Have you seen any atmosphere models act like that before? Like, I'm going to finesse this dude.
I've seen it,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not even going to ask you, girl. You got the whole goddamn
You
city.
make a living.
running.
You make a living doing it.
You've sold.
We know the answer.
Real talk.
slaves.
Have you ever sold have you ever sold a house where a dude thought he had a shot?
No.
Really?
No.
So you remember we used to joke about that all the time.
No. I keep it I have to. I keep it very professional. And not only that, I'm mostly referral based. So I definitely want the referrals. I have to stay very, very, very business professional.
So like the first couple of years, her and I are friends. Like guys would come up to me and they'd be like, "Hey, I need your friend Savannah's number," and I'm like, "She's not into you." And they're like, "No, she's definitely into me." I'm like, "Bro, she's not. She does this to everyone. She's not even trying. Just can you do your? We were joking about your sales voice.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like, hi.
Sell me something. Sell me this pen.
I'll sell you this pen. Give me the fucking pen.
Sell me this pen.
Okay. Look at this pen right here. Isn't it so long? So shiny. Look at this.
Filled with ink.
Ballpoint pen.
I would love to see how.
All right. Now, Aaron, sell me that pen.
Rocky?
You know what to do.
I don't know.
It's a pen. It's got ink in it. It does its job. It's cheap. Do you want it or not?
No.
It's a very
The answer is,
straightforward
do you have a pen? No, I don't.
Right.
that's the answer.
So sold.
And that's, hey, I'm a closer. What can I say?
That was great.
Have you ever been flirty or used your sexuality to get special favors or special treatment?
Not in like a serious,
like unconsciously,
way.
or
Maybe like a
consciously?
playful, like
She's
flirty,
naturally flirty though.
but not to intentionally try to get something. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Do you do it and you don't realize you're doing it?
Yeah.
I think any one of us here could just say hi to a guy or excuse me in a line,
flirting.
and they think we're flirting.
That's true.
I think
this is why I have to question: like, is dinner? Are we going as
friends? Or I agree.
I mean, like if you want to extrapolate this, every comp any of us has ever gotten when I bring girls to a club is essentially what you're saying,
technically,
right? But that's not I wouldn't call it sexuality. I would say their physical attractiveness gets them certain favors in this city more than any city I've ever lived in my life, for sure. But like as far as sexuality, it's really weird. I won't say their names, but there's certain girls that did a bunch of the Tropic Beauty bikini competitions or Swimsuit USA or something like that. And the girls who win, every guy thinks they have a shot with them, but the girls are not slutty at all. There's just this way about them where to where they're just like very friendly and open, and the guys all think they have a shot. You are the best at this I've ever seen.
Every
dude thinks that they have a shot with her. And I was just like, listen, bro, you don't have a shot. She doesn't give a fuck about you. She doesn't even remember your fucking name. No, dude, we're in love. We're about to have kids. No, bro. She doesn't even know who you are. She doesn't give a fuck about you.
You should write a book.
She showed me a house.
Yeah, like
she sold me this pen.
That's the OnlyFans dynamic though, because like they want the girlfriend experience, and so they're building it. Like I got this question on Fresh and Fit once, where it was like, why is OnlyFans such a big deal to like incels and simps and everything like that? And I said it's not because the girls were genuinely confused because like porn's free, right? I mean, you could go rub one out for 4K streaming porn anytime you want to. And I said because it's not about the sex, it's about the possibility. And if you go and you look at like the top earning OnlyFans girls, they don't look like 9s and 10s. They look like a 7.5 or an 8. They're still sexual, but they have that air of attainability. And that's what gets the guys like, wow, she really cares about me. She seems like the girl next door. She seems like some girl that I might actually have a shot with if I could actually do this. And so there's just, she doesn't wear makeup all the time, you know, she's like that kind of stuff. And so there's this idea that there's within the realm of possibility that you could possibly attain this girl. Of course, there's no chance they could, but like that's where the draw comes from. I mean, as an OnlyFans model, do you well, I mean, maybe you do something different. Like you're not solo. You're with your
they're on.
It's my page. It's my page. He's my prop. His cock is my prop.
Dude, I hope someday my girl refers to me to as this is my prop.
No, we joke about it all the time.
So his dick is your soft launch. Is that okay?
No, you know what it is. I mean, I would be successful on there even if I didn't have sex on my OnlyFans, and that's because of the quality of attention I give my fans. I'm very hands-on. I treat it like a business, like I do real estate.
Mark that too, Travis.
And so I'm very hands-on. I'm very, like I said, I don't know how they think I'm a dominatrix, they have
Well, that's why I asked Tanya, like when you started yours, like how quickly did your like subscribership ramp up? Because you're solo, clearly. And like I was saying,
you're not even doing nudes, right?
No, I mean I do implied, but like that's stuff I've done like as a model.
Do you have this? Actually, I don't think I've ever asked anybody this. Do you have guys already like presuming a familiarity with you in their chat, like saying, "Hey, you're so beautiful," "Hey, how was your day, honey?"
On OnlyFans, I keep it very platonic. Sorry.
Because guys can be platonic friends.
No. I don't sext. I don't do anything like that. I'm very like, I don't know. I'm just like getting started.
I'm asking. Like, I know you're getting started, but like the thing is like,
keep it true to me.
Are they? Because here's the thing: it might not be you. It might be them trying to get the girlfriend experience out of you. So that's why I was wondering. I'm wondering like what the experience has been with the guys who are following you already. Not what you're doing, what they're doing.
I've seen it. Yeah, no, I've seen it. But again, I'm just dabbling in this whole thing. Go ahead.
To answer, so everyone knows I only film with my boyfriend. It's a known thing. So even though these guys on OnlyFans know I have a boyfriend, they still,
will try.
Think that they have a chance, or we are in some sort of relationship.
Do you guys understand why that is? Right, I talked about this before. It's in the Evolution of Desire. There's a study. There's Safeway. You remember the Safeway, like Kroger, the shopping mart. Safeway did this thing where they made all the cashiers say, "Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you, Mrs. Smith." So when a male said it to another man, "Thank you, Mr. Smith, for coming to Safeway." When a male said it to another male, no problem. When a female said it to another female, no problem. When a male cashier said it to a female, no problem. When a female cashier said it to a man, "Thank you, Mr. Smith, for coming to Safeway," these motherfuckers were following him out into the parking lot, waiting for him after work, because they any sign of attention they confused it for a sexual advance. But it gets even crazier because there was another study done with these college kids. They would take a photograph, and it was just a neutral photograph of a man and a woman studying together. And the woman had a neutral expression on her face. And they asked the women, "How many of you women think that this woman is sexually attracted to this man?" And the woman said something like 17% of women said yes. And the men, it was like 60%. They gave the woman.
They overshoot. They
gave the woman more cleavage. They could put makeup on her. They did her hair. Same question. What percentage of what percentage of you think that this woman is sexually attracted to this man? She had a neutral look on her face. She wasn't facing him, anything like that. It got to like 90% of men thought that she was sexually attracted to him. Men confuse anything you do for a sexual advance or for an opening for a sexual advance, and the more attractive you are, the greater they think that, okay, it's time for me to advance. Does that make sense? It's crazy how men just will misinterpret any of that. You just having blue eyes and just blinking your blue eyes at them. I'm sure this happened to you before. Like the guy's like, "Oh, this is my opening. Let me get your number." You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Because I think you've seen it happen.
But from an evolutionary standpoint, it's an era of omission versus an era of commission. For a man during Pleistocene times, a man
Pleistocene, not plasticine.
Pleistocene. So in the situation where it's like I think I'm going to have a woman offers me sex and I interpreted it incorrectly, I've lost an opportunity to have sex.
Yeah, that's why you overshoot.
Correct. For a woman, she has sex with the wrong dude and now she dies because she's been ostracized from the tribe because she had sex with the wrong dude.
And what we do right now is we presume that it's guys being like objectifying women, and we think that it's because guys are they think they're all that. They think it's their egos and everything. It's like, no, that's your evolutionary firmware coming to the front, because in our past, if you missed an opportunity, that might have been, you might have gone extinct at that point. So that's why women tend to underestimate sexual interest. Men tend to overestimate sexual interest because it's in our reproductive interests to do. We err on the side of over
natural selection. Yes.
Err on the side of under. And now what I was going to say is, when's the last time you gave a man a compliment?
I always give guys compliments.
I give compliments all the time. Oh, actually today.
Mm-hmm.
I gave. I was texting with a friend or something about.
Was it a guy? Okay, when's the last time you gave a compliment to a guy you didn't know?
No, I was talking about this guy that I didn't know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like we were texting about something. He texted me like a video of him singing, even though he looked really goofy. I was like, yeah, but his voice is really good. Like it's a really good voice. Like, I mean, I think compliments should be given when they're deserved. You know, regardless, girl, guy, whatever.
Have you?
I compliment.
When's the last time you?
It's like almost every day I compliment somebody.
Maybe I know when you gave a compliment to your boyfriend's in the next room. Hey, maybe you're not the best one to ask this question. When's the last time you gave a guy a compliment?
If they smell nice or they have
I said that
pretty
to
eyes.
Who was that? I said that.
If it's just a random dude,
no.
or guys you know.
No, it can be somebody random. Like if I don't get like a weird, creepy vibe from them, I'll shoot my shot.
The reason why I was saying is because most women will say, I can't even remember the last time I gave a compliment to a guy, because of that overestimation thing. So if they get a compliment, they go, so you mean there's a chance?
Oh, I mean, I get that, but
I'm sure you're afraid to take guys out of the request folder because you think they're just going to fucking blow you up afterwards.
request folder, what?
You know,
like
on your IG, it goes, there's a general folder and there's the request folder.
Oh, yeah.
Because once you do it, you can't put them back in the request folder. That's the problem.
I mean, I briefly
Is that
look,
how it
I'm like,
works?
you know. I don't really care about the DMs, man. If it's not about work, I'm just like, whatever.
Hey, for the sixth time, what is it you don't give a fuck about anymore?
Oh my God, here we go. We're gonna get interrupted by another.
No, just say.
And we got another super chat.
What is it? What is it? Tony, you said
Nighttime CPT, here we come.
Tony, you said you just don't give a fuck. So say it. What is it you don't give a fuck about?
Oh God, so like I've always been a hopeless romantic. I'd still like to believe that I am.
Did I ruin it for you at the end of our podcast? Okay.
No, because I was still
hopeful.
Hopeful. I was healing actually when I did the last podcast with him, but over that time I moved back to Vegas. Can you not? I'm not just whatever.
I'll take it.
I gave her the evolutionary psychology headbook. Keep going.
Oh my God.
No.
Finish what you're saying.
No. I mean, I feel like I've seen it all.
Yes.
I feel like I'm not every person, but I've definitely been exposed to so many more things than I would say the average person or woman has seen in guys, especially living in big cities. Like I've lived in Chicago. I'm from a small town. I've also lived here, back and forth to Chicago. So I've seen it all. Like in dating, I've dated rich men. I've dated normal guys. I've dated famous people. I've dated, and I just like, at this point, I felt like I've been let down, and I've been in so many situations where I was always giving myself to someone, and I was never giving enough to myself. And now I'm at that point where I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm just going to do what makes me happy at the end of the day. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not dating anybody. I'm literally just doing me. And when I wake up, I'm like, okay, I got to focus on like my job, my responsibilities, the people I care about. Like, That's what I'm focusing on right now.
Did he cheat? What happened?
What?
What happened? What is the thing? You gave yourself to some dude and then
no,
what
in
happened?
general, like people I've dated.
But what happened that made you stop giving a fuck?
Different situations have happened.
So numerous times this happened, and one time maybe they cheated, or one time maybe they
I've literally just seen it all. Like
did some dude take you for granted? I'm just trying to understand because dudes are listening and they're trying.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you every person who it was, but like I've seen like
your hopeless romanticism got you hurt.
Somebody who wants to be with you and has pursued you for years, and then all of a sudden something like you ask them one thing, you're together, and then 1 second like you ask a question and then you don't talk for days. That's fucked up.
Was the question where are we? What are we?
No, I've had the serious conversation already.
Yeah.
We settled that. So that's one situation. Another situation is how you see people act after you do get together, even if it's magical. Say it's like such a perfect scenario, whatever. Like how they act afterwards is a big thing too. Like how someone treats you after you connect.
They took you for granted maybe after you guys were in a committed relationship.
Well, not just that, or no, not even like if you were to hook up or
okay.
Or it literally it's just always something different. I was just getting so discouraged and so like over it that I was just like, you know what, Tawny, I think all this love that you're giving to other people, you deserve to give it to yourself for once. Like, stop. I'm a giver. And, like, I believe in, MBTI. Like, I believe in all those things.
Myers-Briggs?
Yeah. Like, okay. Stay in your corner, bro.
You could stay with it. Well, you could have astrology, too.
I believe in natal charts, too. I believe in...
Enneagrams, UFOs.
I believe in that, too. I'm a type 3. Anyways.
Hey, could I ask you a question?
Sure.
Could it possibly be that a man that's high status enough to get the attention of Tawny Jordan is also high status enough to get the attention of other women,
of course,
which makes things hard for him to want to settle down with just Tawny Jordan, which is now disappointing to you?
No, I mean, I've had that. I've also had, like, I think ego is another thing.
But that's what I'm saying. But do you understand what it would do to a man's ego if he was just like some schlub from down the street, then all of a sudden he levels up. Now he's dating Tawny Jordan. Again, if a guy has a superpower, he's going to use that superpower more and more. So this is the whole thing. He's like, I dated Tawny Jordan, so what else can I accomplish? Do you see what I'm saying?
No, of course. I mean, I've seen that too.
Yeah. That's the issue.
I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe in that. And I think right now, like, I need to focus on my thing. And until I've been in a really good relationship before. So I feel like until a person treats me like that, like, I don't know what that means, but until someone treats me like that, like, why settle?
Yeah, but Tawny, I know guys who would treat you the way you want. You're just not attracted to them.
I guess not.
Yeah, that's the point. So, like, the supply and demand curve are not meeting.
Well,
like when I say all this like cold-blooded evolutionary psychology stuff, I'm saying it because you're my friend and I want you to be happy. But like part of the reason why that is that like a lot of times we get to this point where it's like he's so great and I believe all this stuff about him. But like what I said before at the beginning of the stream, where I was like, the higher we go up in these echelons, the more likely he is to cheat. And a lot of times it's not even him cheating; he's just like lost interest or he's not acting the same because he's like 1 foot out the door or whatever. But the main situation is this idea that this hopeless romantic thing. When you believe in a soulmate, part of the soulmate myth is that you deserve this happiness, that somehow it's just going to be brought to you. And the bubble I'm trying to burst for you is there is no soulmate, and you're going to have to work for it all the time. And dudes are going, like, the higher you go up the stratification, the more difficult it's going to be. Does that make sense? It's like, you ever have a homegirl that dates a fucking DJ and she's like, no, he's never going to cheat on me, but you know better. Like, it's just going to happen. Or an athlete or whatever. And that's the thing. Like, it's just like, go into it with open eyes. Because there's no such thing as a golden vagina where it's like, oh, it's so good and the guy's never going to fucking cheat because blah, blah. No, it just doesn't work that way. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I get that.
Yeah. But I'm not trying to say it like, because I say it to girls and they're like, you're just a fucking pig, Michael, and you just believe in science and statistics and no, there is a soulmate and fate. But I'm telling you, the part of the problem is soulmate, fate, destiny, all those things brought you to this point. And you might not recognize that this is the reason why you feel the way you do is because you thought, like, again, Cinderella ruined more women's lives than any fucking story that's ever existed. You don't deserve shit, and neither do I. None of us deserve shit. You get what you get because you work for it. Does that make sense? And that's it. That's the thing. But that's the problem. A lot of people don't like that. They're like, no, I deserve this. I deserve. But I'm just like, man, I just think about the Tutsis in fucking 1992 in Rwanda. 1 million people get murdered in 100 days. What the fuck did they deserve? Do they deserve that? No, there's no deserve. None of it's deserved. All of it is probability, plausibility, and actuality, and everything is just lazy math. There is no fate. There is no destiny. There is no karma. I know it feels better to believe that, but if you were to look objectively, that shit doesn't exist. It just doesn't.
It's a camera.
And when you do see the world that way, man, it makes a lot more sense. And I don't give up. Like, I've been hurt too.
You know what? Like, it's interesting to hear you say this because, like, I've had similar conversations with guys too. Because they'll like read my book, or they'll be very like hopeful and very like blue pilled and very hopeless romantics, right? And then you sort of put this cold bucket of truth on them and say, hey, look, this is statistically speaking, this is what where you're going, and I think a lot of people don't see the possibilities. They don't see there's actually optimism in what he's saying right here, because now at least from a factual basis, like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm actually looking for. This is the game. This is the real game that I'm actually playing right now, and it's way more hopeful when you're in that paradigm than what you were in before. That's the difference. That's why we call it the red pill, right? I mean, the blue pill was like,
that's what the red one does.
Yeah, it opens up your mind to saying, okay, look, there's a set of rules that I thought everybody was playing by, and now I found out that they're not. So I can either wallow in misery over here and thinking, oh, I really wanted all the prizes and all the ideals and all the hope and fun and everything that was sold. But really, when you get over to the other side and you are working from an educated perspective, there's actually more opportunity in that than there is in what you were sold to begin with. I guess that's probably
he's saying there's more opportunity in the truth.
Yeah,
there's just more opportunity in the truth.
You're in a better place because of it.
Are you guys?
But you know who is not in a better place? Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady is not in a better place. But you understand, like, if you just deal with I believe we're all hairless murder apes, that we exist as a function of natural selection. When you believe that, it's not romantic, man. It is ugly. When I go back home to Texas, they don't like me saying that shit. And then I say it, and then I say it, and then I'm like, okay, let's use this as a predictable model. It turns out it's always predictable. It tends to be correct. The world is a lot more cold-blooded, and that's what the red pill is. The red pill is a derivative of evolutionary psychology, which is why
you know the truth.
Yeah, but
what are you going to do?
I'd rather
know how the game is really working. Are you going to either hope and pray that the game is going to change, or are you going to be a better player?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, but you like the point I was trying to make before is like the disappointment we find with the opposite sex. A lot of times you have to understand that's 3 million years of hominid evolution that created that. That's the reason why it exists. The idea that we're going to change it because there's a fucking hashtag on Instagram is not going to change human behavior. That's the reason. That's the whole thing. Does that make sense? And but the problem is some guys like to use this and be like, fuck those girls. And I'm never like that. I'm like, like what you said, out of a hopeful nature, I would rather know the truth of why I am the way that I am and why women are the way that they are and try to work forward from there.
Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy?
Yeah, exactly.
Happy.
Super chats and we're out.
Okay, let's go to the super chats. There's a few that we have gotten to, and I'm looking at.
I think we got a couple
of
blue ones in there.
Yeah, I see. We have another one from Xmar. Mike, what is your nickname?
Me?
Yeah.
Shit. I've had a lot of nicknames. Douchebag,
Dirk
Captain,
Diggler.
My call. You guys, my call sign in the military.
Michael Sartain, Captain USAF, retired.
My call sign in the military was hookup. Because I was a tanker navigator, so we would hook up with it.
Of course it was.
No, I had to hook up whenever we go to Atlanta.
Aaron, what is your nickname?
Cappy.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, one more we have from Jerry's 199 super chat. Self-made alpha widow, and she accepted that fate.
Yeah, she doesn't have to. Now that she knows the truth,
she's a red pillar.
She can do what she now you know the truth. Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? All right, we're out of here. Let's see. When are we going to do this next? Do you want to do after Thanksgiving, of course?
Probably, yeah. Sometime in the dead period between the beginning of December.
And where are we going first week of December?
Okay, so we're doing. Are you coming to the Teddy Ball in San Diego? No. Are you going to Babies in Toyland?
I don't even know when that is.
It's December. The 26th of December. Or 26th of November. We're doing the Teddy Ball. We're raising money. We're collecting toys for homeless children in San Diego. We're doing it on the 26th. On the 1st of December, we're doing Babes in Toyland, where we're collecting toys for the Midnight Mission. 1st of December.
Oh, no, I'll be in Vegas.
Okay.
I've got work stuff.
Okay, and then but this 1st of December, if you guys want to come to that, and then I believe we're going to Miami.
We're going to Miami. Yes, we'll be making the rounds out there. Both of us together, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we're going to do.
We're going to do Valuetainment. We'll do. I know we've got Adam Sosnick already lined up. That'll be I believe December 9th is our date for that.
No, Sosnick was the 8th.
8th. Yeah. 8th, that's right. I will most likely be on Jedediah Bila's show because she can't get enough of this. Yes. And then we'll be on Fresh and Fit, of course. I will be doing my divorce show with Myron. So I'll be solo. We'll be together. We'll probably be solo. So we're going to make the rounds out there. We'll definitely be with Justin Waller while we're out there. So we're going to go do his show. And I'm hoping we'll run into Mike Tang while we're out there.
Hell yeah, man. My orangutan.
Mike, yes.
Tony is the craziest thing ever. He is friends with orangutan. I met them completely separate, and they're friends with each other. Like the likelihood is like infinite.
By the way, Tony was go to her Instagram and you'll see that she was in the same jungle that I was.
Tony was with me in Jamaica 2 months ago. That was a wild time.
Yeah. We've been to a couple countries.
Yes. Well, yeah. You and me. Well, that's right. We went to Ibiza. Oh, we went to London, dude. That shit was so fun.
Yeah.
That shit was so fun. Yeah.
Aaron, you're my friend. Do you want to go to London?
No.
Love London.
No. I'm going to go back to South Dakota.
I feel you. I feel you. I know. Snowmobiles. Great.
Awesome, man.
So anyway, and yes, I was on Dr. Phil, and yes, I understand that the show has been deleted, and there's a reason for that, and I'm not going to talk about it until the show airs.
Are you excited to see his debate with Dr. Phil that's coming out?
Yeah, Dr. Phil was Tuesday, and I regret nothing for what we did, but I did have to take it down for legal reasons. So, but I will put it back up again. I did a after action report with you guys.
Yeah, sure did.
On Tuesday.
On the 21st, I got Torsha coming on this.
Tori's
podcast.
coming in, on that's Tuesday.
Yes,
yeah, Tuesday. Torsha will be in here for one-on-one.
I'm doing she's on the Michael Sartain podcast. Make sure you guys check it out. She's going to call all of you beta bitches. I'm super excited.
And you're going to Purple Pill podcast?
I'm doing I'm doing the Purple Pill podcast in fucking Dallas, Texas.
And who are you going on?
I'm going over there with the Poor Man podcast from Poor Man. He's going to be in a panel with me, so I'm excited to do that. I'm going to try to get my brother on there too. My brother's a conspiracy
Poor Man's podcast on the Purple Pill podcast.
Yes, we're going to be 5 blocks away from where the Kennedy assassination happened.
Oh, yes, go take Instagram pictures there.
Yes, for sure. I've been there several times. Yes, awesome, man. So that's going to be.
They haven't moved it; it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. The book suppository.
Catastrophe grifting.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, so that's what we're doing, and then that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. I've had some other things that we set up.
No one's going to remember everything you all listed.
Yes, go ahead. What are you doing?
Huh? Oh, yeah, what's up with you? What do you got planned? What's coming up?
Which events are you hosting?
How long are you here? How long are you in Vegas?
I'm here until the end of the month.
Oh, cool. Well, I might see you again when we come back.
Then I go back for Christmas. I don't really have anything going on except for my regular stuff that I do. So I run a company called Asshole Consulting. It's kind of like a Dear Abby, except I yell and curse at my clients and I charge them money and tell them they're stupid.
So you're like OnlyFans.
I'm like, well, yeah.
Hey, listen, Aaron, it's a great business.
It is.
It's a great business
model. But you find my YouTube channel if you want to see how it works. It's there, and then I got podcasts and all that other stuff. But more germane to the topic we're having here. I'm an author. I've written several books, particularly The Menu, which we talked about. But what you girls would love, I know you probably don't want to listen to statistics, but you would do yourself incredibly well reading the book of numbers, because you could reverse engineer the statistics to see what are the chances of you having a child, or 10, by whatever age.
Soon.
And stuff like
soon, like in 15 minutes, we got to start.
Yeah, well, yeah. It'll be and then that's it. There's other stuff, but just search me if you're interested.
Aaron and I are part of Rule Zero, which will be on tomorrow on Paul Benjamin's channel. Go check him out. It is at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Unfortunately, I won't be there because I'll be flying back to Reno.
I'm going to be driving some old man from his hotel to an airport too.
Yeah. I'm going to be hella tired now too.
I got to let a dog out.
So, all right, guys.
Hold on. Wait. Tawny Jordan Ring. Where are we going to find you?
Wow, you said my real
I
last
did
name.
say your real last name.
Where are you gonna find me?
Where are we gonna? What's coming up for you in the future?
Oh my God, so many things, dude. I'm just working on so many different projects right now. I worked on like 5 different really big projects today. But where are you gonna see me? I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff here in Vegas. Social media stuff. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Start your podcast. Karina, where are we going to see you?
Same thing she's doing.
Yeah?
So.
All your Instagrams are linked to
Hey, guys, go check out
stuff.
Bella Model Management if you want to see her modeling agency. And then where are we going to see you, boss?
I'm moving.
Yeah?
I'm excited about that. Yeah, so I'll be moving into the new house.
Is it $5.99 for the next 31 days swipe up? Is that what we're doing?
It is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with you. All right, guys. Awesome,
right.
man. Thank you, guys. Travis, we love
Travis,
you.
Guys,
sing us out.
I'm singing you out.
Bye.
Come on, piano. There you go.
That was fun.
Fuck. I need to go to bed.
I know.
So tired.
My tummy was